you want to be a winner, not only have to understand how to win, but to understand how to consistently win.
We're the freaking New York Jets, so we're built for this shit.
That's our brand of football. If you want to be a winner, not only have to understand how to win, but to understand how to consistently win.
We're the freaking New York Jets, so we're built for this shit.
That's our brand of football.
Let's go, baby. Good evening, Shiners. Welcome to the Nick Shine Show. I am your host, Nick. Producer, Cisco Lopez in the Mac. Beautiful musical artist, Blitz BK on the program here. Ladies and gentlemen, we got a fun one planned for you tonight. We got Paul Eston Jr., a.k.a. Boy Green. You know him. You love him. I don't feel well, but if you're bringing on Boy Green, you have to find a way to turn your energy level up to just even try to get close to his. So we're going to discuss all things Jets. Breaking news, it's game week, folks. The Jets have a game this week. Preseason, we don't care. We waited a long time for this. Turn your volume up. It's Blitz BK. Let's go.
It's got me.
Gentry covered in purple!
Any day, any night, we all shine, bro. First class shine time, the Nick Shine Show. Anytime on YouTube, if you don't know, the Nick Shine Show, the Nick Shine Show. Dim the lights, but it's still bright as Nick time. Day or night, this is his prime, it's Nick Shine. Proud fan, well defined, to get in line. Toe to toe with any show, he only got 9. The best show on YouTube, bro, is easy. We talk Jets all day, please believe me. Subscribe, you just gotta click a family. We not a click in 3D. You can see a beautiful DP. We see through the fake teams and the tea leaves. So we pray for a coach and a QB and hope that we close to the top in the new league. A toast to the host with the most, Nicky.
Who, me?
Any day, any night, we all shine, bro. First class shine time, the Nick Shine Show. Anytime on YouTube, if you don't know, the Nick Shine Show, the Nick Shine Show.
Fantastic.
Fantastic indeed. If you are a Shiner, make sure you share that Blitz BK emoji. Drop the Cisco Lopez emoji too. He deserves it. He puts in a lot of work here on the program. Very blessed to have him be a part of this. Now, folks, I'm not going to keep this guy waiting. He's excited to talk about Jets. He's excited to talk about the week ahead and what this team could be. The question of the night is, how good can these Jets really be? Now, there's a thing called Green Bean Island, but me and my guest tonight have a whole nation because we've been there. We've been building. We're positive year after year, and I can't wait to discuss with Boy Green. What's up, brother? How are you?
Yeah! Let's go, brother! I'm fired up! Let's go, Nick Shine. The Shiners out in the audience. Let's go. I'm fired up, Nick Shine.
How's everything going, man?
Come on, baby. I'm on the Nick Shine Show. New and improved. Gotham City delights. Batman's running around the streets back there somewhere. Gangrene 24/7. New York football. The New York Jets, baby!
So we've been seeing each other a couple times lately.
Sure.
You know, we were together in AC for that great event.
Yep.
I sneak up on you in the elevator lobby. What would we
The
call
elevator,
that, right?
the restaurant. When I was taking
dinner?
a piss. Yep, dinner too. There's like a beach set up inside the hotel where you could sit in these big chairs and take a photo opportunity. Boom, you were there. I was going down the escalator. I heard, "Hey, Boy Green," and I'm like,
Me and Blitz BK are behind
and
you.
you were
yelling
up.
spirits, we're heading
You're,
out. Yeah.
hello, up here, and I went, "Whoa,
The next
okay,
morning,
where's
getting
Waldo?"
coffee. You're everywhere.
Yeah, it was pretty cool.
Everywhere.
So we continue to check things off. Gangrene Beach Club, boop. The Jets practice, of course. You yelling superhero things to Aaron Glenn, who turned around and said, "Nick Shine." And it was great. Yeah, man, you've been everywhere.
have superpowers! You gotta fly over there!
Wow. That's pretty cool.
You missed that part because you turned to me and you were laughing so much at the comment that you missed him. He actually took off and flew over there.
Yeah.
Now, folks, we got big news tonight.
Hmm?
Hit the like button. We get to 60 likes tonight. We dropped the big announcement. We got a couple things to go over before we get into all your Jets talk. We have a raffle going on, which is going to go off next Sunday night. It's a 2-week raffle because it's a good one. We have a New York Jets mystery box with an autographed jersey in it. Now, one of the jerseys you can win are on this list. It's Namath, Revis, Martin, Klecko, Brees Hall, Mark Gastineau, Sauce, Garrett Wilson, Quinnen, CJ Mosley, Pennington, Lyons, Maynard, Corbett, Mawai, Mangold, ABT, and Richard Todd.
Wow.
So it's Sunday night. As you know, Shiners, raffle entries are double tonight. $5 super chats and up. Gifted memberships get you on the wheel for next Sunday. And when we get to 60 likes, one of these players on this list will be announced as our next legend to join the program here. So I leave it in your hands, Shiners. If you have multiple accounts, use them. If you have your kids or wife around, hit the show, hit the like. And when we get to 60 likes tonight, we will drop this announcement, which I am very excited to bring you. And I hate hiding things from you folks. So the ball is in your court.
Boop. There's another one.
Boop. Thank you, sir.
Yeah.
Before we get going, we got a little action in the chat. Derek, the Kansas Jet fan who will be with us in Nashville, gifted a channel membership that went to Striped Underwear. Thank you, Derek. And Striped Underwear, please do not DM us any pictures. Appreciate it. None whatsoever. None.
Name's enough.
Oh,
name's enough. Yeah.
Before we get into it's game week, by the way, it's officially game week.
Baby,
the Jets have a game this week, Friday night.
Yes.
It's preseason. Yeah, Paul, but we've been waiting for football. And I think there's an excitement building around this team. Now, we know we're not going to see a lot of the starters, right? But we want football. We're hungry. Well, give me your thoughts on the game and what you are looking for on Friday night.
Well, yeah, I mean, AG was asked this very question in his media availability. That would have been Saturday. Yes, Saturday after the scrimmage. I was trying to think of when he spoke most recently. And when he was asked about the preseason, he says, I will share more answers on that next week, but my plan is to play everybody. How long is TBD? So we could be seeing a handful of starters in the preseason opener, which would be a lot of fun. The intensity just picks up this week, Nick. I mean, the joint practices, I'll be there on Tuesday. So to see the pads on, to see, which they have been on for now, it's going to be a week, but to have the pads on, to have a different team on the other side, a team that's been a perennial contender. I know they weren't in the playoffs last year. They've been in the playoffs a lot. They won division titles with our former guy, Todd Bowles. That's a great temperature check. The joint practices, I think sometimes you can show even more in the joint practices than you show in the preseason game because there's not cameras around in the joint practices that people can rewatch over and over again like the preseason game. So intensity up, temperature check. It's a hip check for the Jets. How ready do you think you are? Here's a quality, competent opponent with Baker Mayfield at quarterback. What's going to happen, man? So competitiveness, intensity, juices are flowing, Nick Shine. Yeah.
Well, you mentioned the hold on a second. Speaking of juices flowing, ladies and gentlemen, Leany saw me in the sleeveless shirt, and Leany said, you know what? Nick deserves 5 channel memberships here on the show. Leany, thank you. You are the best. We love you.
Here we go, baby. J-E-T-S, Jets, 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 let's go, baby.
Love you, Tommy.
Now that I know, amen. Rest in peace, brother. We miss you. Now, I have an announcement for Leany. Leany, you have been a Shiner for a couple years, and myself, Cisco, and Blitz have a surprise gift for you, which will be on the way this week. And I have one request. We did this with Addison when he got the Tazzy 420 jersey. I'm going to ask Leanie, when you get your present in the mail, that you open it up on the show here one night, that you keep it sealed and open it on the show, because you are absolutely going to love it. Leanie's 5 went to Cincy Matt, Joey K, Allison Tuckwab, New York Jets Daily, and Bobbleneck. Thank you, Leanie. Appreciate you. But ladies and gentlemen, we got a Cisco bomb. Cisco dropped 20, ladies and gentlemen. We got a couple videos we're going to have to play. First, let's dance.
Hey, y'all go subscribe to the Nick Shine Show.
Here we go, baby. J-E-T-S, Jets, 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 let's go, baby.
All right, bear with me, folks. Cisco, you have a couple more of those Tommy chants coming, but Cisco's 20 went to James Fitzpatrick, Dick Chimneys Burner, Mike DeRamo, Craig Magaletti, The Jetway, Sir Luca, Wagons Way, Franklin Fung, Allison Asman, New Q26, Captain Condor, Frankie C, Infrared Jets, Juan Cena. Any relation to John Cena? I don't know. I can't see. Danny's Beats, Wyoming Jet fan, 395 Brooklyn, Huka Jet fan, Dunk Lloyd, 1 Jets Pod, 1 JP. Thank you, Cisco.
Here we go, baby. J-E-T-S, Jets, 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 let's go, baby.
Now, folks, you know the rules here on the show. Cisco is ineligible to win prizes on the program. So what does that mean? That means that his 20 raffle entries are now up for grabs in the Cisco Appreciation Raffle at the end of the show. If you gift the super chat or a gifted membership, you are on the wheel for tonight's show to win the bonus entries. So thank you, Cisco. Appreciate you. Paul, you got to forgive me. You know the deal. Sometimes the chat just takes over the show, and you go, "Hey,
no apologies necessary, Shine."
It's their show. We're just here
course.
facilitating it.
That's right. Yeah.
Leanie, member for 25 months. See, I knew it was 2 years. I knew the day Leanie walked into my life, and I'll never forget it, girl. Sorry. Leanie says, "What?" I definitely will. Promise. Thanks, guys. Ladies and gentlemen, if you are a channel member, you have to use the Kevin Tats emoji now, too. Kevin just gifted 5. And we're going to dance for Kevin. Look at us in rhythm. Oh,
nice. Oh, yeah.
We have a refresh in the chat from YouTube. I hate that when you get the names lined up and then YouTube. That sucks. You're lined up, you're ready to read it, and it's like, where'd it go? Kevin Tats, you are the man. Your 5 went to Flight Boys, Friday Jones, Easton Trini, Ray Lux Yacht, and Skip Donahue. Appreciate you. Now, we got one more to get to from one of our good friends, a great host, and the chef that took away the title prize at the Cloverleaf Tavern last Saturday. Chef Kevin says, "My brothers, Shine and BG, before I take it down for the night, big week for us Jets fans. Let's go Jets." And Kev, we will have an announcement this week, my friend, that I'm sure you are looking forward to. Thank you for the super chat, and you are in next week's raffle for 2 entries. Appreciate you. All right. Thank you, everybody, for that. That was an awesome way to start off the show. Let's get back to the Bucks.
Sure.
Something I'm looking forward to, right? It's kind of like that Senior Bowl vibe. And I'm going to say Reese's because I'm a Reese's nut. I don't care what you change the name to. I'm old school and I'm brand loyal. It's the Reese's Senior Bowl. Until they tell me, they send me a letter of cease and desist, I'm saying it. I'm looking forward to something that resembles the Senior Bowl. When the offensive linemen and the defensive linemen trot down to one end of the field and you get your one-on-ones, right? when it's Bailey against Membu, when it's Will against Olu, and you get those reps, you might start to pick up tells. You might start to pick up tendencies because you're going against the same guy all the time. Both sides of the ball. I'm looking forward to seeing how all of these guys do against other competition, right? We have big hopes for Bailey. Can he just get by the defensive tackle? Do they sit him out? How severe was this ankle? It's all things that we're monitoring going into Tuesday because AG gave them off today, off tomorrow, and they're not on the field till Tuesday. So we won't know until the tweets start coming out or the text from you when I'm working Tuesday morning. Hey, he's here. He's not here. Check it out. But now, Membu, Olu, we're looking at guys that we have really high hopes for. Give me your thoughts on just the offensive line, the defensive line, the one-on-ones, and then what you're keeping your eye on, buddy.
First off, please, Jets, I want you to go back to doing this. They did this the last couple of years. The Jets used to have this show, One Jets Live almost. I don't know if that's what the name was. But during training camp, while practices were going on the field, EA and Ethan Greenberg and Caroline Hendershot and all these Jets team reporters did a live show while practice was going on, and they'd show random film shots of the field. And my favorite one was they showed it for Jets Panthers when there was a joint practice, and they just put the camera in front of the one-on-ones, and they were giving commentary, but I wasn't listening to their commentary. I just wanted to see the one-on-ones. Wow. Shout out Indy, Michael Clemens was getting one-on-ones with the Panthers, and we were going through the rotation, and I just took so much from that. I said, great, this video's up, and I could break down each rep after. So after the show is over, I could go in slow motion, go through each rep, and I said, this is so valuable. I'm seeing how every guy does, whether it was from Likey Fotu to Michael Clemens to any player, and that excited me. From what I've seen from what the Jets have been doing so far, unfortunately, is they're doing a show after, hours and hours later after practice. So I hope they make a change. I hope they call an audible. I hope they're ready for this joint practice with the Bucs and they have the cameras on the field because I see the chat. Tristan Wirfs and David Bailey. I want to see those kind of matchups. So I hope I'm sure it's going to actually happen in the joint practice, and I'll be keeping my eyes out for it to give observations, but I hope that we see the footage. I think the footage, the eye in the sky does not lie. That's what I really want to see. But I mean, in a general sense, I think there's a couple of those players in the Buccaneers roster because you have a unique opportunity, Nick Shine, when you have a joint practice. Darren Muji and his pro personnel staff get to see the entire 90-man roster for the Bucs up close and personal for 2 days, and you could go, hey, scout number 4, write down that player's name because if he gets cut, we want to be first in line. Or maybe we could strike a trade if we like that player and we hear roster cuts. 2 guys stand out to me, and we'll see if the Buccaneers get rid of either of them. David Walker, I love David Walker coming out of Central Arkansas a couple years ago. And also Muhammad Kamara is another one I love, another one of their linebacker pass rushers. So, they've got a lot of guys over there with Todd Bowles. If one of those kids shakes free, I'm going to be watching them on the Bucs side say, some early scouting to see if we could swipe one of those guys. So I'm excited for the trench warfare, just as you said. That's going to be fun, seeing Jets defensive line, Buccaneers offensive line, and vice versa. The Buccaneers, Reuben Bain Jr. versus the Jets offensive line. How good's our offensive line? We're about to find out.
Absolutely. Well, I have a new favorite clip from the EA, the Eric Allen, not the EA Sports, from Eric Allen. Show that
Camp Live presented by Honda of the summer. We're going to be here for 9 more shows throughout camp. Garrett Wilson is going to be here as well. We might have another special guest, but Gino came out of the gate today and looked at number 5.
It's us doing the jet chant in the background. They were trying to discuss things, and we're like, "Oh no, hold up, we're taking it over." And
well, thank you to you.
Carried the energy last week.
You were the chosen leader. Every time a camera guy walked over, you said, "Hey, are you photo or video, pal?" He's like, "Yeah, video." And then you're like, "All right, rally!"
I was not wasting my voice on a photographer. We had to make sure you video. You want to chant? I wanted to make sure they were smart. On board.
Low key.
That's it. And I was my voice was hoarse. It was very awful for that night. Sunday night, I had Chad Cascadon on, and I'm literally removing myself from the stream to swig a little bit of honey to try to lube the throat so I could speak. I couldn't do it. My voice just crashed on me Sunday night. And it was a little bit of yelling at Gorman at the event on Saturday afternoon at the Cloverleaf where the voice was heard a little bit. But hey, Mr. Bonesy, what's up, brother? They were hunting me down. We were all over the place. We got some more footage. This is from their Instagram page, I believe.
J-E-T-S, Jets!
Nice.
It was a great day. It was a lot of fun. Let me ask you a question about that.
Sure.
I know people are upset about the lack of tickets. I get it. I was as well.
Yeah.
But if you are lucky enough and blessed enough to get there, the intimate setting and the something that's ruined camp for me the last couple years that I've gone are the kids screaming for players to come sign something while the practice is ongoing. Like, I always get mad. I say, you know what? Hey, parents, this is your opportunity to parent your child. Hey, come sit down, enjoy it. They're all going to be available at the end. Let's have some fun here and just watch it, drink it in. The fact that there wasn't that, right? There were some kids there, but there was none of that screaming during practice. It was a really cool situation to be at. And, as a big fan of this team, I don't care if I'm 47 years old, I'm still going to appreciate the players that go out there and, and hopefully bring us a winning season, which we will get into. Don't worry about that, folks. But I really enjoyed that. What was your thoughts of that little quaint environment?
It was funny at first. I think there was almost this was the first practice and only of the general public that was allowed to be there. I think there was a little uneasiness at first because it was a smaller group than normal. And I think we were all sort of looking at each other. What's allowed? Are we in a library? Or are we in a football stadium? What do we allow? Like, they're trying to get work in, so I don't want to be distracting from that standpoint because they're trying to do stuff. But at the same time, when a big play happens, an acrobatic Adonai Mitchell 35-yard touchdown down the left hash, like, how do we not erupt and explode? And then random jet chants, of course. So I think at first there was a little tepidness from the overall fans of like, when are we allowed to jump in? And then they just said, screw it, we're in practice, baby, we're jumping in all the time, woo! And that was cool. That was cool. But I think to your point, that part was reserved. Yeah,
I got Court, you, and Lou B to my right. I got Bonesy and Jake to my left. And I'm looking down at the other section. I'm like, nobody's doing anything. I'm like, all right, I accept the nomination. I'm like, it's time. And first I heckled AG, and I felt that was the icebreaker.
Clearly,
and when we got the crowd reaction with that, I'm like, okay, now I got to build upon that. Now we got to get this energy going here a little bit because they were doing the little walkthroughs, and they were doing. So the first thing before that was your boy that you spotted at the hotel, at the Archer Hotel, walking out, McCrary Ball. They're doing like little walkthroughs, and he's a linebacker, and the defensive coaches are flipping the ball. And he gets a pick. And it was a soft toss, right? Just to get like the footwork and the eyes lined up. It's a little drill that they do. And we erupted in a Bronx cheer because, whoa, what was that? Oh, we got a pick. Like the energy kind of started, like the ice got broken right there. Yeah. And we're like, oh, wow, we got an interception on defense. And, the ball just kept rolling from there. And
Luby was a little annoyed because on every one I was going, interception. And I'm like, this is a record practice, the 9th interception. And he's like, Paul, these don't count. I'm like, they count. They count. Yes.
We got 2 announcements to make right now. Number 1, we have 69 of you in the chat. Nice. Welcome. And we are 1 like away from announcing the next Jets legend to join the program. So if you would be so kind, if you have not hit the like button yet, do so, and we will drop that announcement right now. Do, 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 do. Do, 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 do. We are there, ladies and gentlemen. Now, we've had Wesley Walker on the program. We've had Ken O'Brien. We've had Connie Carberg.
Yeah.
We've had Wayne Corbett.
We've
had Chad Cascadden on the program.
Mm-hmm.
And Boy Green, it is my absolute honor at this moment, right now, to let everybody know.
Right.
The date is being worked on.
Okay.
Fisco is in the back rocking this jersey tonight, ladies and gentlemen. Our next Jets legend will be Mark Gastineau.
What?
Mark Gastineau will be joining the program. I spoke to his wife last week.
Mm-hmm. Wow.
And I am very excited. We are working on the day. We have your friend, Earl Christie, coming on next Sunday night.
Boy. Yes.
And we are going to we're gonna work on this one, and we're looking forward to bring that to you. I have one other Jets legend.
Mm?
One of my all-time favorites
Ooh.
has also said that he will be doing the program. He just finished something that he's working on in life, and I'm going to reach out to him tomorrow. He said, get back to me after the weekend. So if you don't think I'm doing that Monday morning right away when I get to work, like, hey, it's after the weekend. It's Monday. What's going on? So thank you, everyone in the chat. I'm looking forward to that. You know, Mark has really turned his life around.
Yes.
And he's got a book out. It's 99 in the one, or leaving the 99 for the one. Forgive me. I have it upstairs. I just ordered it the other day. I ordered 2. I'm going to
right there, baby.
raffle one away when we have him on the show as well. That's nice. That's a beauty. That's a beauty. Who else is on? You got the whole stack.
Oh yeah, the whole group, baby. You see Joe Klecko.
Hold on. That's full size helmet gets full screen, my friend.
Yeah, that's right. Look at that. We got our Hall of Famer right there. Up, Joe Klecko. Marty Lyons, baby. Let's flip around. We got Gastineau right there. And then, of course, the Soldier of Peace, Abdul Salam, baby. Yes.
Awesome.
Which, by the way, Nick, here's something. Can I give a random rant here on the program? Okay.
Please.
Okay. Are you familiar with the team's Ring of Honor program?
I am, and I am aware of who's missing, and I'm aware of how long it's been since they added a name.
That's also true. I believe it was our triplet class of Revis, Mangold, and Brick. I believe was our last one. And I assumed wrongfully that this member was, of course, part of the Ring of Honor. How was he not? Abdul Salam, the Soldier of Peace, is not in the Ring of Honor. But you want to know who is? Marty Lyons, Joe Klecko, and Mark Gasto. How is a piece of the New York Stock Exchange 25% isn't in the Ring of Honor? And I hate this, Nick. I hate this. You know, we just had the Hall of Fame of the weekend, one of my favorite events. The thing that bothers me the most is when we posthumously put Hall of Famers in. If they deserve that moment in death, they deserve that moment in life, and they should be able to get in. They should not get a pre-recorded video package of, wherever he is, I'm sure he's really digging this. He, the soldier of God, peace, and God himself, all of us should be witnessing him in the Ring of Honor. So it is too late, unfortunately. He is no longer with us. But let's correct that ASAP. Jets, what are we doing? Let's get the soldier of peace in the freaking Ring of Honor, for God's sake. What are we waiting for? Hanukkah? Kwanzaa? Let's get him in there, man. Come on.
No lies told. It's a shame that it didn't happen while I was alive. It's a shame that they didn't put them all in there together.
Obviously, right?
Rick and Mangold go together. How do you not? Listen, I mean, Mark Sanchez is infamous for the butt fumble. But truth be told, this organization is infamous for the constant fumbles that they do. Like not having a practice at either Rutgers or another college, like to facilitate. If you couldn't get the stadium on the weekend, you know, the Chris Brown Usher concert was there this weekend, booked. World Cup was there. I get all that, but you could have and should have and damn well must have found a way, and they didn't. They fumbled it. Like, how do you not? They did it at Rutgers in 2018, Sam Darnold's first year, and they had it at Rutgers, and the place was packed, and we had like 60 people from our football program go. We got tickets from with the connection that we have with Rutgers, and we got all these tickets for the kids to go. It was great. It was a great environment for the kids, and then. You could have gone to Long Island. You could have went back to your roots and done something out there. You maybe reach out to Hofstra, like, hey, you want to go run it back? There's many places that you could have done just to get the fans in there. And they're not doing a good job, in my opinion, of honoring the past and building for the future, right? Like you see Garrett Wilson, Breece Hall, they get it. They've got their contract extensions. Both of them have to be pulled off the field after practice with engaging with the fans, young and old, to go back. Like the PR people are like, come on, we got to go. And they're like, hold on, man. There's more people waiting.
Yeah.
You need players like that to hook the next generation of fans. And you need to honor your past to keep your elder fans happy.
Why not? When was the last Hofstra one? So if Rutgers was 2018. When was the last Hofstra one?
I don't remember. Maybe when they came to the stadium. I'm not aware of them going back to Hofstra for anything since they moved to Florham Park.
Damn. And then obviously we had Cortland way back when. I went to those every year. That sucks, man. Let's bring them back.
Yeah. I mean, they could have done it, right? But it's constant fumbles with this. You want to talk about the season ticket packages and not sending out gifts for fans? Like, there's another thing. There's another fumble, right? There's another.
Whoa. I heard they have a nice wine coupon that they give out.
Yeah. You're spending all this money on season tickets. Here, get drunk so you're dumb enough to spend more money on this team.
I guess that's true. But by the way, let me not let it get lost in the sauce. Congratulations, Mark bleeping Gastineau, man, is going to be on the Nick Shine show. He's about to be giving a bunch of fans some shiners. Come on, man. Nice. Mark freaking Gastineau.
You know, and to get back to that, and then we'll get back to the week ahead. I spoke to them, and I said that, I don't think there's a better person to have Mark on to discuss changing life and turning things around. And I have a lot of regrets from my life before I got sober. And, I show no shame. I built a good relationship with God, and spiritually I'm in a great place. And I said, I think I'm the best person to have Mark on to have a conversation about not just football and life. And I got the nod and the thumbs up. Mark was having an emergency surgery on Tuesday for dental work, so he didn't really talk, but it was on speaker, and they gave the thumbs up, and we're just locking in a date now. But ladies and gentlemen, we have a couple other things going on right now. First, we have super chat from Derek. Derek says, Nick and Boy Green, all the best, guys. Thanks for the Jets content this fine Sunday. Love you all. Derek, I appreciate you, man. Derek, Derek's one of one. And when I say he's one of one, he is probably the one and only. If he started a Kansas Jet fan group, it would just be at his home. Like, it's him. But Derek, I'm very happy to have you a part of this community, man.
Sure.
You've been a great addition to not just mine, but all the shows as of recently, bro. And very happy to have you here along for this ride with us. But folks,
have you met him before?
No, Nashville.
I have not either. So Nashville will be my first time as well. So Derek, can't wait to meet you, man.
I'm looking forward to it when we get to Barstool, Nashville.
Let's go.
For him to just come up and say, "What's up, bro? It's Derek." I'll recognize him, but
yeah.
Folks, while that discussion was going on, I received a cash app from Mike These Nuts. And as Leanie says, is that Mike These Nuts?
Here we go, baby. J-E-T-S, Jets, let's go, baby.
I love watching that, but
me too.
It breaks my heart too at the same time.
That's also true. And I don't think I've ever heard anyone give quite the juice there's like a hoarseness to his voice because he's pouring every fiber into his being and every letter of that spelling bee. So big shout out to Tommy OG, baby.
Right. Mike These Nuts' raffle entries or gifted memberships went to Freddie McKnight, Joey R, Jetta Buttercup, Jesse P, Frank P. So showing some love there. Thank you, Mike. Good luck to you, my friend. All right. Nice. Are we back? Are we caught up? You know how it gets. You start talking, got to make sure everything is caught up. All your boxes are checked.
Sure.
All your T's are crossed. Your I's are dotted. Okay. Aaron Glenn.
Yeah, baby.
I had Rich Cimini on the other night. He spoke about the
of ESPN and the Jets Collective podcast.
Yes, a friend of your show, friend of my show, Rich Cimini, friend of our shows.
Yeah,
and he was on, and I asked him, what's the biggest change from year one, from year two to Aaron Glenn? And he said, aside from the obvious of him calling the plays and having to move around and do different things at practice now, there's been a change in his demeanor at the microphone. We noticed it early in the offseason in February while Mike Vrabel was off doing other things with a former reporter. Aaron Glenn was talking to the media, and right away you could tell there was a change, right? I think that year one, you go 3-14 in New York as a former player, when you came in with your shoulders back and your chest out and making declarations, and then you get punched in the gut. I'd love to see on the personal level that he kind of reassessed and adapted to the situation and said, you know what? It didn't go the way I wanted to. And I'm not going to go out there with the bravado. And I felt that he had a little bit of a just straight up animosity towards Rich whenever Rich asked a question. That was who he seemed to be snapping at from what I picked up. I'm glad that's buried. I'm glad, I don't know if it is, but I'm glad that is not occurring anymore. You know, whatever happened, but Glenn looked like he had an axe to grind and he was not afraid to do that. But when you look at Aaron Glenn, how do you feel about the growth, the evolution of Glenn from year 1 to year 2?
You know, I'm sure you do this too, Nick. I don't know if all the fans do, but the content creators, I'll assume a lot of us probably do the same things. I watch every Aaron Glenn press conference. I watch everyone, and I'm lucky enough to be a part of the Jets media circle where I get the transcript. So I get to read through everything to see if I missed something. So I get to watch him every day, and I get to read through the transcript every day of every time he speaks with the media. And clearly there's been a noticeable energy shift with AG. There's been a sense of explanation on any time there was a question. Like he said, here's my why. You talked about this with Rich during your interview, which, by the way, was terrific. Where Rich asked about, hey, man, these off-day schedule, it's very weird. And AG said, well, let me explain. Here's my rep count. And everyone has the GPS tracker on the shoulder, and we calibrate it so everyone gets an amount of reps. They'll build them up for the preseason games, which builds them up for the regular season. That's why I do it. Hopefully that makes sense. It's what AG said at the end of that answer. He did not say that kind of stuff last year. So I think he's a change man from that perspective, and he's learned. Now, the truth that everything I just said is true. But the other part of the truth is AG hasn't had any adversity yet. He hasn't lost a game. He hasn't had a challenging situation beyond the obvious of coming off of last year being 3-14 and those obvious challenges. So that hasn't happened yet for AG. What happens if they, God forbid, they lose to Tennessee? How does he respond at the podium? How does he respond to his players in the locker room? Is he able to rally them immediately? That, to me, is a big question. What's a devastating injury? Hopefully it doesn't happen to us. But like any kind of adversity, how does AG respond to that? Those tough questions. He makes a mistake. Hopefully it doesn't go another first half with, we don't need a Hail Mary. Like, you know, what does he do in those moments? I think that's going to be the true test. Right now, AG is passing these tests with flying colors. But in fairness, adversity has not hit yet for AG, where those tough, grinding questions are inevitably going to come at some point this season.
Yeah. And thank you, Derek, for the super chat before. But Derek said, you know what? I want to win this jersey. So Derek gifted another channel membership, and this one went to JH106. Thank you, Derek. Appreciate you guys. Also, folks, hit the like button if you're here watching. Boy Green's link is in the description for tonight's show. If you haven't already, welcome from out from under the rock that you've been living under. But head on over there, show him some love. He's pushing hard for 10K. Let's give him a little nudge in the tushki there to move along. Yeah, you like that?
Yeah, you can say.
Oh, there's my little friend.
Say hello. Is Riley, you want to say hi?
Hi.
That's Nick.
How you been?
Nick Shine Show. This is Elephant. Yes, Elephant. Say hello to all the callers and
hello,
everybody.
Elephant.
Thank you.
Thank you.
All right, we'll see you later. Okay.
Okay.
Daddy's got to go on a show now. I'm on the Nick Shine Show. It's a big deal.
Yeah.
Okay.
She's a big deal too.
Okay. Thank you.
Daddy, look.
Oh, his mouth is open. Go show mommy.
Enjoy it, dude. Because before you know it, my son.
She's never going to come and ask me a question again outside of a handout. Say, hey, where's the credit card, Pop? Cash?
Enjoy every moment of it, man.
That's true.
Before you know it, they're teenagers, and Nick's out of high school now. He's in Lincoln Tech to be an electrician, and you'll see him in Nashville, and you're going to be like, that's not the kid I remember from 2024. He's He's broad. Like he speaks, I listen. That's where it's at now.
Oh wow. All right. Wow. That happened quick.
Yeah. But what you mentioned with Aaron Glenn, a little caveat I want to add to that.
Sure.
You said he hasn't been challenged yet. You said some of the game decisions last year were very questionable and flat out poor at times, right?
Yes.
I'm a big believer that having Frank Reich there running the offense, being that experienced coach to lean on, I think this could be really good for Glenn, because I believe they can have some discussions during the week with, you got a veteran quarterback, you got a veteran coach on the offensive side of the ball. Hey, you get the defense right. Like we'll manage the timeouts, we'll conserve. We know how to do this and have a little bit of a game plan, and Glenn can be able to put his trust into the offensive side of the ball and not have to like overextend, right? We've seen it many times with the Patriots throughout the years, right? And that's one of the benchmarks for me with the head coach calling the defensive plays, but having trust in whether it was Charlie Weiss or Josh McDaniels or whoever, you'd see him with the board on the sideline drawing things up because he has complete trust in the veteran coaching staff and the quarterback on the offensive side of the ball. So I'm not putting our staff on that level. Please don't type that thinking that I am. But when you don't have the rookie and you don't have a quarterback who's shit scared to throw the ball like Fields was last year, you can have that little comfort. You can have that peace of mind of, all right, I can address the defense. I can fix these things. I can turn my back to the field right now because I know we're in a good rhythm today. I believe Frank Reich is the best thing to happen to Aaron Glenn because now you got that guy who's had experience as a head coach in the NFL. Give me your thoughts on what that relationship could be like. Am I overextending my thoughts? Like, I don't think Reich is going to be the top offensive coordinator in the league, but I think you have a peace of mind that you can lean on someone and put trust in that side of the ball where last year you couldn't blink because you were shit scared of what wasn't going to happen and was points and first downs.
Earlier this offseason, Nick, I was on a lonely boat when the Jets fired or mutually parted ways, like we've all done with every girlfriend in our lives. When they mutually parted ways and went apart, and then the Jets ultimately hired Frank Reich, people were raining hellfire. Not Tanner, not our guy. And I'm like, what are we talking about? Look at the analytics. The numbers suck. Tanner stunk. Now, the quarterback play stunk, but sorry, man. I got to judge what I see. I can't judge some magical land. If you had Peyton Manning, he'd do this. I don't know what he would do. We don't have Peyton Manning, clearly. So he stunk. The Jets moved on. Like, I think too many people were writing sad songs and pulling out their violins for Tanner Engstrand. Maybe one day he'd be ready, but AG's ass is on the line. He can't wait for a young bird to learn how to fly. He needs someone who can fly. And Frank Reich, he can fly. He's got some battle scars. Those feathers have seen some years, so this old bird can bring it. And to me, the message is simple. It is raise the floor. Geno Smith raises the floor at quarterback. Frank Reich raises the floor at offensive coordinator. As long as we're not bottom 5 in either of those categories, that is progress. Now, my goals are a little better than 26 in offense or 26 in QBR. I think we could do better than that, but I think it's about raising the floor, and we'll find out what the ceiling is. 2023, we're all talking Super Bowls and everything else with Aaron Rodgers. Let's do this. Ceiling, ceiling, ceiling. I'm not thinking about ceiling this year. I'm thinking about floor. Let's get off the canvas. Let's get off the mat. Let's be competent. Those are the things that I want to see from Frank Reich and this Jets team. But yeah, so many people were crapping on Frank Reich a bunch of months ago. Oh, he's old. He's got old balls. He's closer to death than birth. What is he possibly going to provide? And I'm like, come on, people.
That's the guy with the old balls.
Exactly. That's exactly what's happening. People are judging his old balls, his leather balls. And I'm like, come on, man. Let's get with the program here. Frank Reich won a Super Bowl as the offensive coordinator of the Philadelphia Eagles. He was a key part of that room. And if you want to try to say, well, there's other offensive people in that room, what about the quarterback switch? Carson Wentz was playing at an MVP level, gets hurt. I have to go to some guy named Nick Foles who ends up going and winning the Super Bowl. And there's a statue of Nick Foles in Philadelphia. How does Frank Reich not have a piece to do with that? And he had top 10 offenses in Indianapolis, and I get it. It didn't go great in Stanford. I don't blame him for Stanford. Andrew Luck asked him for a favor. Said, hey, can you get off the couch and help me in April? The college football team's already put together. Can you sort of hem and haw and figure it out? He did his fella a favor. Carolina sucked, but David Tepper's a nutcase. He throws drinks at people and knocks people's hats off in random establishments. So to me, I can excuse away a little bit of the recent badness of Frank Reich, and I think he is reinvigorated, and I loved hearing him at the press conference on Friday. So, you know what? Yeah, I think Frank Reich's going to raise the floor, baby.
Well, we got 90 of you in here watching right now, and we got 92 likes. Thank you, everyone. We got another announcement. Good friend of you. He's been on your show. I can't wait for next Sunday night, ladies and gentlemen. Super Bowl III winner, Earl Christie, will be on the program. And I will tell you this, do not be lounging out. Do not be groggy. Get your damn energy level up. This man is in his 80s, and he's full of energy. He's full of life. Can't wait to have his stories here on the show. Paul, you've had him on a couple weeks ago, and I watched that. Great work with that, and looking forward to talking to him and hearing from our first Super Bowl winning player on the show. Hopefully not the last. Everyone's got their eye on one guy in particular, but hopefully we have more Super Bowls and more players to choose from.
That's right. He is 83 years young. You picked a beautiful photo. It's encapsulates his energy and youthfulness and exuberance beautifully. For those who don't know who Earl Christie is, please, if there's any Nick Shine interview I can recommend, and there's obviously been a bunch of them that are spectacular, from Wayne Corbett to Rince Samiti, Earl Christie's energy is palpable. He still watches the team. That's a cool thing. I've interviewed a lot of Jets Super Bowl III legends this offseason. I've been very lucky, from Randy Rasmussen to Ralph Baker to Carl McAdams to Mark Smolinski to Earl Christie. And a lot of them, like, hey, do you still watch the Jets? Not much. And, they don't have to. They can do whatever they want in their lives. Earl Christie's like, hey, the DeMario Davis edition, the Geno Smith. And I'm like, whoa, hot damn. Like, he's getting into the wide receiver 4 and how it's going to change things. I'm like, whoa, Earl, you trying to come for my job? You trying to be a Jets content creator or something, man? So, Earl's energy, he watches the team still. And my mission, I'm going to Jets training camp on Tuesday. Earl Christie wants to get in front of the team. He told some stories, and hopefully you ask him about these, of Rex Ryan brought Earl Christie in a few times to talk to the team, and he got a game ball from Rex, and there's some really cool moments. Great stories there you should unpack with him. And he says he wants to come to this current team and see his buddy AG and the team and get to talk to him. He's been unable to reach him so far. So I'm hoping I run into, he's done prayer circles. He's a man of God, of course. And he's mentioned his connections with Geno Smith and DeMario. So I want to see Geno or DeMario or AG or some of the Jets employees that I know in the building. And I'm going to try to see if we can try to be a small piece of making that happen, because you guys will see Earl Christie's energy when he's on the Nick Shine show. He's an amazing person. So I hope I can fulfill that and run into the right people on practice on Tuesday so he could get in front of the team. That'd be amazing.
Nice. I saw Rick Ken and others commenting that they've met him and how great he is in person as well. Folks, if you are just getting here, welcome. We're joined with Boyd Green here on Sunday night, and we got another announcement. We're working on the date, but we will have Mark Gastineau, the Sack King. No asterisks needed. The Sack King will be here on the program. We're working on a date, and of course, you will be the first to know. Now that the cat is out of the bag, ladies and gentlemen, when the date is announced, we will have that for you here, and very excited about this one. I've met Mark at in Woodbridge, New Jersey years ago. There used to be an establishment called Poor Billy's, and the Jets would do 3 draft parties. They did one in the city, they did one in Long Island, and they would do one in Jersey. And they did it at Poor Billy's in Woodbridge, and he was there. Brandon Moore was there. It was a really good day, and it was awesome. And I'll dig up the picture right now.
Please
after
do.
I show you your next question. I'll shoot that to Cisco. But folks, stay tuned. A lot of great stuff going on here, and I will tell you this: there is another Jet legend, one of my all-time favorites, has agreed to come on as well, and I cannot wait to bring you that name. I could be tempted into it tonight. If
maybe some memberships could tempt you. Some super chats, super stickers,
super chat. Get me to super speak. Oh, maybe. All right. Here's something that happened in camp. AZ Thomas, horse collar tackle on Cooper.
Oh yeah,
and the leader of the offense, not Geno, not Garrett. This is my opinion. Joe Tippmann goes over and makes it known that what are you doing, kid? So I've been very adamant. Last year we saw it, right? After the trades happened and Quinnen was gone and Sauce was gone and the quarterback was not really speaking or throwing. Joe Tippmann was the offensive voice week after week. Garrett goes down. Tippmann was the guy at the mic. Tippmann is a guy who's changed positions, done everything the team has asked. He looks like a monster. To me, he looks like so much bigger and stronger than he did last year. This is a guy that I think should have the C on his chest at the end of training camp. This is a guy who I think has evolved into a leader. He was drafted to be a center. He's moved over to right guard. But when you're there at center, you're a leader by nature. And I think that Tippmann is evolving, and we're getting ready for that Jordan Pippen on the right-hand side of the offense, right? Like with him and Membu over there on the right, you're looking at potential greatness, in my opinion. Notice I didn't say LeBron and anybody. That's because there's too many names. It's like, no, you go with the greatest combo ever. It's Pippen and Jordan. But on the right-hand side here, I expect great things, and I'm so happy that these guys are locked in together for many years to come. But with Tippmann, you'll tell me if I'm crazy. Am I crazy to think that he is like becoming that leader and that face of the offense? And Membu's growing into a leader as well. He's going to be nice. I love the team full of leaders, Paul, because nobody has to be led, right? And that's key to me. You don't have to pick guys up and lead them, but Tippmann being the one to go over and be like, yo, you're out of line. Give me your thoughts on that.
Hey, because I'm the guest on the show, I have a certain level of cachet at this current moment in time. Is that correct?
You do whatever you want. Floor is yours.
Okay. Then let's read the membership from Derek, the Kansas Jets fan, man. He's trying to bribe you and get you to reveal this guest. He's throwing a membership out there. I can't be answering important questions about Joe Tippmann and physicality and defending his teammates without you reading this membership, man.
You know what, Paul? I think that you have to read it now with that.
Okay. All right. Great. Let me take a quick gander. Let me grab my reading glasses out.
You didn't have.
I've been waiting for this moment. No. I got it. It's right here. Let me see. Oh, yeah, it's right here in my notifications, as I have my notification set for the Nick Shine Show. That membership went to... Oh, more memberships were just gifted. We got to catch up on those, too. The latest one from Derek Kansas Jet fan went to Tom Stokes, Ryder and Talons, BA. Yeah! Let's go. That was a 5-pack.
Appreciate you.
A new 5-pack. Let's go.
We do have a 5-pack, and we have a little thing we do here when we get a 5-pack.
Here we go, baby. J-E-T-S, Jets, 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 let's go, baby.
Amen, brother. We got Hep, Chris, James Eubanks, Big Green Loves Conspiracies, hey now, and BC Nalu. Yes! 5 new members to Boy Greek Coffee Club. Jesus, I'm on default mode. To the Shiners, the Nick Shine Show. That's what just happened.
I'm
Good
on
Lord.
Default mode. Well, thank you, Kevin. Appreciate you, bro. Folks, if you are a member of the channel, drop the Kevin Tats emoji. Thank you, Kev. I appreciate you, brother. And good luck to you, not just tonight in winning the 20 raffle entries from Cisco that we have to give out later on, but also the prize that we're doing next Sunday night with Earl Christie here is a Jets Legends jersey. And you can win one of these prestigious names. We got Namath, Revis, Martin, Klecko, Hall, Brees Hall. What a coincidence. Mark Gastineau, new friend of the show. Sauce Gardner, Garrett Wilson, Quinnen, CJ Mosley, Chad Pennington, Marnie Lyons, Don Maynard, Wayne Corbett, Kevin Y, Nick Mangold, AVT, and Richard Todd. So we will now have 2 of these members on this list, Mark and Wayne, as friends of the show, and looking forward to building upon that. Thank you, Kev. You're the man. Okay.
Now I'll answer your question.
Yes, thank you, sir.
So 3 words. It's not quite DX. I've got 3 words for you. About damn time. Because if people remember, because of course, why don't you fondly remember the Zach Wilson era? This poor bastard got his lunch meat handed to him, and the offensive lineman just stood around and went, I didn't see nothing. And I'm like, whoa, what the? It's part of the brother code, man, for anyone who's played football at any level, like high school football especially. Someone messes with your guy, you're getting the business, buddy, and we don't care if a penalty's coming. We defend our turf. We defend our brothers in arms, and hell no, you're not getting away with giving our dude a cheap shot. But Zach Wilson got slapped around several times. Greg Van Roten was one that jumped out where he blew a block guy. Zach Wilson got lit up, and GVR didn't do bupkis, and he got all kinds of hate from Jet fans, and now he's out there in free agency land. But to me, Joe Tippin defending our guy, hell yeah. I don't care if it's your own members, like in a scrimmage setting where Azaria Thomas gets a little aggressive on Omar Cooper Jr. Coop, and that's happening. Hell no. You're about to catch the hands, buddy. And I hope they translate that same energy. That's why everything you've been saying, Kira, Nick, whether you've said this part on the show or not, the C on the chest for Earl Tippmann, you've got to look out for your own. And you have to do it when the games start, and you practice how you play. If you just go and practice, who cares if they toss us around? Hell no. You have to have a line. You need to have dignity. You need to fight for your fellow teammate. So I hope we see that same energy out on the field week 1 and go all the way through week 18 and hopefully the playoffs. So hopefully all those things. Nick Shine. Hopefully all those things.
All right. Can you do me a favor? Can you just reset your StreamYard? Your audio is great, but your video is not synced up with it.
Damn.
I'll bring you right back
All right.
in.
Hang on tight.
Folks, hit the like button if you haven't already. We are going to pay respect to the man behind the mic, the other mic on the Nick Shine Show. It's Blitz BK time, and I will do you all a favor right now. Just, how much as I love you guys, we're putting Mo Dean in a timeout for 10 seconds. Enjoy the 10 seconds.
Yo. Engines roar when the Jets take flight. Green lights glow in the Jersey night. Skyline lit when the squad ignite. Gangrene rolling, yeah, the Jets take flight. Yo, every show we bring the Jets all through, the speech is clear. Real fan talk, we survive rebuilding years. Seen quarterbacks come, we seen them disappear. Still solid with my team, no bandwagons here. Green stitch to my fibers, won't switch to the Niners. Quick like Vic, I see victims in my visor. Jets loss is heavy, but the pride is never left. Stood 10 toes down when the season felt like death. New season feels like fresh air. New OC and QB, man, I always love the fresh pair. Like the man Jordan that I'm rocking with my Jets gear. Hoodie but no cap out, never play it off, but we gotta get the Jets there. Let's share ideas for this team for this next year. It's fair to think we'll do better in those big chairs. Shit, yeah, hire Dream Bean to run this shit here. Take this playoff streak and make it disappear. Engines roar when the Jets take flight. Green lights glow in the Jersey night. Skyline lit when the squad ignite. Gangrene rolling, yeah, the Jets take flight. Jets take flight.
All right. For those of you who heard me mention before about meeting Mark Astano at the draft party in Woodbridge, New Jersey, here we go. There is a young, chubby, clean-shaven Nick Shine rocking a Sam Coward jersey. Back in the days when, and Boy Green's back with us. Welcome back, sir.
Yeah,
Yeah,
yes,
this was,
thank you. Hopefully this fixes all that. Yeah.
This was the draft party, and yeah, that was a Sam Coward jersey. I was gifted that after Vilma left. They brought in Coward when Mangini went over to the 3-4.
Mm-hmm. Yeah,
and yeah, those were some wild days back then.
Whoa, where's the beard, man?
Wow, that was clean shaven, Nick. Beard didn't start coming in until a couple of years later, when I think around 2010, I started going with the beard more. But in 2010 is when I got really big. So I was like, oh man, maybe a little facial hair will cover up this fat face.
Oh, sure. That can't hurt. Hey, wait a second. You took my toothbrush top? I knew it. I knew you did. I was looking for this. Wait, you took them all? Son of a. Hey, Polly, you want to say hey to the group? Say hi? Yeah, he's right there on the show.
Hi.
High five? Yeah, that's him right there.
Yeah, I haven't seen you in a minute. What you gonna do, brother?
Boom, boom. La, la, la.
Cisco, I was 06, I believe. I was 06.
Be good, buddy.
So I would have been 27 there. I turned 28 later that year.
Wow.
20 years ago. Wow.
Young buck.
20
years ago. Oh, Jesus. Wow.
Back in the day.
Age like a fine wine. There you go.
Back in the day.
Mm.
Oh, man. All right. little trip down memory lane there. A lot of flashbacks
That's
going through
fun.
my brain.
Yeah,
that was a
there
fun
you go,
day.
Yeah.
I
Sweet. Are
believe
you gonna
that
show
was
him that
the.
picture?
Say again.
I said you're gonna show him that picture. You gotta.
Oh, I sent it already.
Oh yeah. Oh,
I
that's
sent
cool.
that when we had the conversation on the phone. I brought it up that I had met him before. I met him twice. I saw him in the stadium. Quick
Yep.
hello, a couple years ago, many years ago now, I guess. And I said I met him at the draft party in Woodbridge at Port Billy's years ago. And I said I'm pushing you the photo right now because my sister actually sent that to me a couple weeks earlier, so it was like fresh in my photo gallery.
Oh, cool. Yeah.
But yeah, he's I'm looking forward to that, man, and it's I'm very blessed to be having all these connections and having everyone agree to come on the show. I mean, you know, I don't need to tell you when you make these relationships and you get these moments where it goes from as a fan, I don't want to say the word peer, but like you get blessed enough to have
Yes.
that communication with the players that you've idolized and you've watched on the field, and now it's like they know who you are. It's very humbling and it's very cool. I can't even.
What
try
was
to
the
sugarcoat
one that? Because I'll tell you, for me, when and I still smile like what kind of bizarre world? Because growing up, you know, I was when this man got drafted, I was 11. Jericho Cotchery in 2004 out of NC State, 4th-round pick, and like I love Jericho. He was toughness. He embraced everything. And then to like there was a Jets. They did one of their one Jets drive things, like I don't know, 7-8 years ago or something. And like somehow Jericho saw something I did. I wasn't at the movie event, but I talked about it or something, and it picked up enough steam that Jericho saw it, and me and Jericho Cotchery got connected, and he's come on my show 2 or 3 times like, Jericho Cotchery, he knows who I am? Like, that's not Jericho, Jaco? And like bringing up plays from his career and him like saying, here's what I was thinking, like, oh man. So that's the pinch me stuff where you're like, come on, man. To your, again, whatever that word, is it peer? Is it what? I'm never going to be on the same level as him, obviously, but whatever that is, where all of a sudden it's not just fan player at a training camp, like it's to reach another level when you interview him and become friends and talk to him. It's just super cool. So what was the moment for you? Is there one that stands out, that first one where you're like, oh man, what is it?
Well, first of all, I got a quick connection with Jericho Cotchery.
Oh, cool, please.
I used to be a cable guy, and when he was no longer a Jet, I did the disconnect at his house.
No.
I didn't have to meet him, but on the side of the house, he had a nice house right next to Route 78 in Watchung, New Jersey. And on the side of the house was about a 40-yard flat field. And I look at the name, I go, no way. And as I pull up to the house, I'm like, oh way. I'm like, oh man. And I even went up and knocked on the door, but no one was there. But that's my Jericho connection. Is I cut off the internet and the cable when he was the.
And what was our replacement? Derek Mason. Terrible.
But to answer your question, first off, we're not going to leave Derek hanging because Derek said, you know what? Here's another channel membership. And Derek's gift went to JetLife 3215. Thank you, Derek. I appreciate you. That's 5 entries so far for you tonight to win 20 of Cisco's raffle entries. And we're going to split those into 10. We're going to do 2 spins of 10 later to divvy those up. Thank you, Cisco, again for that. You're the man. Great producer, great friend. Now, Rich and I, Snowball, we were the ones hanging out with Blackjack after, Jake and his family left. And we had fun playing. I didn't bring up the show at all. And, Wayne at one point looks at me when Jake says he's leaving. Are you going to stay? And I'm like, yeah, I'll stay. He goes, that's just because you want me to do the show. I'm like, Wayne, I'm a degenerate gambler. This story has nothing to do with you, bro. Get over yourself. So we played, but in my head, I was like, do not mention the show. This is just a guy sitting at a blackjack table looking to have a good time. And we had banter like we've known each other forever. We go over, we cash out. As we're walking over for the cash out, he shoulder chucks me and sends me flying like into a slot machine. And now I'm yelling at and chastising Wayne Corbett in the middle of a casino. I go, what the hell was that for? He goes, I guess I'll do the show now. I'm like, you're doing the show anyway. That was completely unnecessary. I almost took out like an Asian family, hopped into the thing, but it worked out. Wow. We cash out, we go over to the side, and we're talking for a while. And we talked about everything from life to kids to, mental health and, physical health, all of that. Mm-hmm. and it came up, and he's like, well, what's the first question you're going to ask me? And I'm like, oh, I don't know. I'm like, I don't really do that. I'm like, this is the show. It's like, it's a conversation, right? It's not an interview. It's just a discussion. Right. And he's like, I've had other players on. He goes, oh, I know who you've had on. He goes, I know who you are. That
bottle that up.
I jumped out of my skin. And then like a minute or two later, he bent down to get the Larry Johnson jersey that he got signed. He had a Larry Johnson jersey that he wore, that his kids have worn, and Larry signed for him.
Oh, that's
and
so
I
cool.
look at Rich as he's getting the jersey. I'm like, oh my God. Like, I'm losing my mind. Like, that was the first time I could release it. But he said that, and Mark's wife, Joanne, who I spoke to, they said that Mark knew of me because he's like, oh, well, like, we know of you. When Connie was on, you raffled away one of Mark's jerseys. And so that Mark Gastineau knows my name, and like, Wayne, this is out of body experience for me as a Jet fan, right? Forget the contact creator side. Like, this is the Jet fan losing their mind because you cheer, you lose your voice, you idolize these players.
Yeah.
The fact that they know who you are, like, this is the beauty of the internet, right? Is that it connects you to people that you never thought you would be connected with. And some you wish you never had the connection, and others you're like, yo, you're out of your mind bonkers.
Which makes it worth it. That's what I say to the X or the Instagram, whatever your social media of choice is. There's a lot of cesspool action out there. It's just life. There's a lot of cesspool of life, of everything. Nothing's utopia. Nothing's perfect. But that's what makes it worth it. It's that, like, you couldn't do this in the 80s. I couldn't tweet out a picture of Garrett Wilson and tell a story that happened at camp and he likes it, or other people like, you're like, what? He saw this? Like, the interaction, the tweets, the Instagrams, the anything. Court Sports, we did that whole ice bucket challenge video. The Jets saw it. It's like, what? Like, the internet, man, it's crazy. It's a wild place. It's amazing, man. But congratulations on all your success. And, man, to think that you're only at the beginning of this journey, man, there's so much more to untap. Every interview you do that you kill, someone else is going to hear about it. Joe Clucker's going to hear about it. Oh, I heard about the Mark Gastineau interview. Like, that's like, it just keeps blowing up, man.
I called my mom last Monday and told her, I was like, Mom, like, my dad was a Jet fan, and he's the reason I'm a Jet fan. And when I called her, when I had Wesley and Ken on, and I called my sister who idolizes Cribbett as well, and when I had a talk to Joanne, and I call and I go, Mom, I got another one. She's like, who you got now? I go, Dad would lose his mind over this. And she goes, no. I go, yeah. And she's like, what? And I'm like, yeah, Gastineau. She goes, you got to be kidding me, Nikki. Oh my God. He would. My dad, I can't talk about it. I'll get teary-eyed, but my dad would lose his shit if the fact that I'm going to be talking to Mark Gastineau.
That's amazing. And I have to ask, because you brought it up, I think one of the coolest things you've had all these cool people on the show, obviously. But when you had Kenny O on, and I love Kenny O, he does not get enough love in Jets history for whatever, I say for whatever reason, we all know the reason, 1983 in Marino. That's why he doesn't. But, like, that's so inherently unfair. But, like, I love Kenny O, and that you're like, hey, I was going to ask you this question about the 4-touchdown game in the Jets-Dolphins, but let me bring this guy on. And I'm like, what? It's like I'm watching a wrestling thing. By God! Who's that coming out? Who's that coming down the ramp? Like Kenny
It's
O.
like when John Cena at the Royal
Rumble,
Rumble, at the Garden, and he was the 30th man and came back from a tricep tear in like 6 weeks. Yeah.
And he came through and he does that. Oh, yeah.
If you watch that, now that you know that, right?
Yes,
if you watch earlier in the show, Ken brought up the Miami game. And I shut it down because I'm like, no. We're
doing it on my time.
I'm like, no. I'm like, we'll get to that. We'll get to that because I knew I had Wesley coming in at the end.
Yes.
So I looked slightly rude to Ken O'Brien, but it was with that we had.
I got to rewatch that part. I must have glossed over that, but now I got to go back. I guess
I think somebody gave a super chat to bring it up. And when Ken started answering, I'm like, oh yeah, but anyway, moving on. Let's go.
And Ken's
But,
like,
yeah,
"Who
that
the
was
fuck
cool.
is this
And
guy?" Yeah.
of course, Connie comes on for 2 hours, which was just incredible.
Yeah.
You were with her last weekend with us as well, and
Yes, amazing, of course.
we got to spearhead something to get her into the Hall of Fame. I don't know how the first female scout with the women's movement in the
Yes.
sports world and the NFL. Like,
Yeah.
how do you not put the groundbreaking one into the Hall? She goes there. She was there for Mike Westhoff. You know, she's constantly involved with the team still, and goes to the scouting, the Senior Bowls and stuff, whatever they call it. I'm
Yes,
still calling it Reese's.
She goes to the Hula Bowl every year.
Yeah,
She
like,
goes to a couple of them. But the same way
you
you
gotta
just
make a
brought up
push.
Westhoff, right? He got a unique path in with the Award of Excellence, which is a wing in the Pro Football Hall of Fame. Is that what I don't know? I'm a nerd for the Hall of Fame, so I don't know what the rule is for this for Connie. Is it contributor, right? Because you could get owners and other unique dignitaries in, but I couldn't agree more. She should 1,000%. Not only we say it for us, and again, it's perfect that she's connected to Joe Namath in this way. She's the first female scout in NFL history of any team. And specifically, that job, of course, was with the Jets. Joe Namath is the first quarterback ever to throw for 4,000 yards. He also is the Jets guy to do it. So there is that unique history. So, yes, a contributor, whatever the rules are for, yes, let's please push that. Connie is an amazing person. I'm glad she flies up every year for training camp and stays wherever she stays, and she goes to all these practices that she's allowed to go to. I'm glad the Jets do everything in their power to treat her in an incredible manner as they should. But, yes, let's go to the next level. Let's make a Hall of Fame push. Absolutely.
We got a super chat from Charles Gorman, who ate a ton of food at Cloverleaf Tavern. He says, "Hey, Nick and Boy Green, hope you're doing well." Thank you, Charles. Hope you're doing well.
Yeah.
And again, Derek gifted another channel membership, ladies and gentlemen. Thank you, Derek. I went to Kelso Porto. What's up, Kelso? I saw him in the chat a little earlier. Folks, we're over 100 likes on the show. Thank you for that. Appreciate you guys. And
let's go.
We have another super chat from our guy, the legend, Lou B himself. He says, "My guys talking about my guys."
That's right.
Thank you, Lou.
Love
I
you,
can't
Lou
wait.
B.
I'll be with Lou on Friday. Him and Chef Kev. We are going to the game together, and Lou got us the executive club tickets. So we'll be down on the sideline, right next to the New York Jets. So a lot of content coming. Lou will be driving Geno Smith to the game. I heard. I think it's confirmed.
Oh, phenomenal!
That's what's going on. Lou is picking up Geno in the Beast and driving him to the game. But thank you, Lou.
Great.
Cisco with a super chat says Charles needs to be known as the guy to kiss Boy Green and Jake on the same day. He was put up to some shenanigans, and he followed through. And I just want you to know that when I went outside to smoke the cigar, I wasn't being rude to you, but I did not want Charles kissing me. So I was like, okay, well, you and I are going to talk again another time. I'm not having that.
I see. So when I said, "Hey, Nick, make sure he gets you on the show,"
I was a man with a plan because I didn't want to be the guy to knock Charles into a wall and hurt him. And I would have planted him into the wall if he tried it with me. So.
Which is what, and see, that was the thing. So Charles said he had to tell me something, and I'm like, well, I'm in the middle of interviewing, so I'm like, can you wait to tell me whatever this is? And he leaned in. I said, oh, he's whispering what he wants to say. And then I went, oh, that's not a whisper. And then that's what my pop said. He said, like, why didn't you knock his block off? I'm like, Jesus, what? I'm not just walking around assaulting people. So no, I got 2 pecks, and so did Jake. So that all happened in a very short amount of time into it. Yeah, Cisco, producer extraordinaire, saying I leaned into it. Again, I thought it was a whisper. I wasn't trying to get passionate. No sweet, passionate love moves were happening there. It was not a technique. No.
Well, you know what? Like, you were sexually assaulted, so maybe a physical assault would have just, equaled things
Evens out the playing field. I should have considered that. Yeah.
You don't press charges. I don't press charges. It's even.
Yeah,
Steven.
there you go. Yeah, that's
good. Norman Gorman.
Well, if you weren't out puffing your cigar, maybe you could have given me that lawyer Nick Shine information.
Oh, I ran when Jake sat down and he got Jake. I was like, oh, this is a thing. Yeah, I'm not going to be a part of that thing.
That's smart.
Shiners, a little breaking news for you. We have the call-in link is in the Discord. It is there. Call in, Join myself and Paul Green. Let's discuss.
Let's go.
Paul Green, Boy Green, Paul Eston.
Who's the guy that says that? I'm trying to think of who's the guy. Oh, it's Mikey. Mikey calls in. It's like, Paul Green! And I'm like, sure, yeah. I get Paul Green. I get Mr. Green. I get Boy Paul. Boy George comes up every once in a while. So, you know
really?
what? Yeah, I gotten that a few times. And I'm like, nope, sort of, but not. So, yeah, I've gotten a few. But you know what? Whatever you call me, as long as you call me something. Yep.
That's it. As long as you know the name. That's all. That's all. But when you
Let me
have.
get my phone out here.
Oh, all right. Hold on.
Yeah, there's some action.
All
Let me
right. The
read
names
this.
are still loading. While the names are loading, we're going to bring up the big fella super chat that says, what does it say? Oh, what does it say? It says Nashville is almost here. 5 weeks from today. At this moment, 5 weeks from now, our New York Jets will be 1-0. I am predicting a 24-16 victory. I have that number locked in my head. I don't know why. That's the number that I'm at, and I'm sticking with it. I'm not going to change off of that. But, folks,
let me read these.
Very good friend of the channel.
Yeah.
He's a Detroit Lions fan, but he's our resident Detroit Lions fan. We got, if you are a channel member, you know you're a great guy.
Yeah.
When you are on a Jets YouTube show and you are a Detroit Lions fan and you have your own emoji. So show David some love. He's going through some stuff. He tore his quad off of his knee. He's got surgery coming up on the 19th. So that's why he was a little MIA for a while. But welcome David back. Say some prayers for him. David gifted 10, ladies and gentlemen. You get 2 videos for that.
Here we go, baby. J-E-T-S! Jets! 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 Let's go, baby!
Ooh, by the way, that's going to be awkward coming up in week 3, huh? Jets Lions. How's that going to be on the show?
Very respectful week. I gave David my word when the schedule came out. I'm like, there will be no trash talk that week. It is one of the weeks that I will not do my over-the-top coach speak and degrade the other team and the fan base. But it'll be complete respect and love and adoration for David for being here and being a great part of our community.
All right, David. All right. Here are the 10 members. Let's
you
go,
got
baby.
Right. Oh,
hell
ahead,
yeah, I got him. I gotta help keep the lights on around here. Mike Perez, Daniel Yanez. We got Chuck Gadsden, Mr. Bigskin, Chub for Club, a little chubby. Let's get Cuddy, Chill Gill, MFC, toot toot. Anthony Laguarto, Bray Returns. Those are all now members. Shout out to David. Yes.
Thank you, David. Appreciate you, my friend. Now, Chub for Club just got a channel membership gifted to him. And then he gifted one that went to Larry Turkin. And then, but breaking news. As of now, at the end of the program, we have 26 raffle entries to give away from Cisco because, folks, Cisco gifted 5 more. And at this point, we are this is a rest in peace, Tommy OG tribute show, folks.
Here we go, baby. J-E-T-S! Jets! 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 Let's go, baby!
All right, let's read these 5 new members, baby. From Cisco Lopez, Lee Van. I met him back in the Jets Cowboys game a couple years ago. Donald Wallace, J-Lag 23, Julian Jules, and Pro Football Hall of Famer Earl Campbell. Hey now. All right, Earl Campbell, the old Houston Oilers days.
Subscribing to the show. Thank you, Mr. Campbell.
Earl Campbell. Okay, love. Much love.
Shout out to him.
Cool. Oh, is that another legend coming on the show, huh?
Oh, well, we got a couple callers in the back. But we're going to start off with the guy who did the Jet chant along with Tommy. I saw it. I watched it with my own eyes. I enjoyed it. Derek, what's up, brother?
Nick, Boy Green. Such a pleasure to be on with you guys, man. I hope you guys are having the most wonderful Sunday of all time, dude.
Okay, is this Santana Moss? Is this Omar Cooper Jr.? Who is this?
Cooper Jr. Yeah, 83.
No love for Conklin.
Oh, whoops. Sorry,
Conklin?
T-Cock. And he joined the show a lot of times, too. I'm so sorry, T-Cock. But yeah,
He
very
was,
good, baby.
He's a pretty solid Jet. Oh, okay. All right, Boy Green. Let's
Well,
go,
wait a
dude.
minute.
That's
If we're
awesome.
bringing up
Oh.
Omar Cooper Jr.,
Oh, jeez.
we have to show the draft card, the NFL draft card of
Nice.
Omar Cooper Jr., signed by
Let's
Roger
go.
Goodell and Omar Cooper Jr. A one
right,
of
BG.
one item, and probably, I mean, that's got to be one of, if not the coolest item. Like nobody else had. You can get your hat signed and say, "Oh, it's my hat." It's one. That is a piece of NFL history, and if he goes on to have the career that we hope that a first round pick could have, I mean, you could be linked to him forever, right?
Yeah, man.
That'd be pretty
Great
cool.
movie.
And I will tell you, it was cool to be able to, because again, I don't say this in an insulting way, but when there's 20,000 Jet fans or something at these training camps, right? They're signing pictures. So I imagine, I don't know how much conversation they intend to have with fans in their head, but thankfully I was at the end of a line and I just said, "Hey, Omar," and we have a conversation like, "Hey, not just sign this. This is this," and explain the whole story. And he went, "Whoa, cool." And he said, "This is awesome." And I said, "Can you say?" He said, "Of course." And I went, "Sweet." And then we took a picture and everything. So Omar Coop, man, I hope he has a spectacular career. That's gonna be awesome.
Did Roger Goodell hand that to you yourself? I follow you on Instagram.
He did.
Roger Goodell
So
gave you
yeah,
that card? Let's go.
Yeah, so here's basically the quick version of the story is just, so we go to the draft. Shout out to Lou B. Look, he's getting executive press suites for the Nick Shine show and Jets Bucks. He's getting me in the pit for the draft. And so we're at the draft. I've never been to the draft in my life. I'm like, "Oh man, this is great. Let's draft. Oh my God, this is amazing." David Bell gets drafted. He comes down, takes this cool selfie picture with us. I have a big canvas photo of it behind me, but I'm redoing The Office. But so it's an awesome picture. And David Bell was there. He gets his own draft card. He was there, and I assume that's how it works. Then the Jets take Kenyon Sadiq, and Kenyon was not there. He was at it with his family in Oregon. And I see Raj Goodell make the pick, and every time whoever the team is, if you're in the pit, the ESPN and NFL Network cameras come up to you. So as soon as the pick gets made, they're like, "Oh, look at these crazy fans." And so we're going nuts. And I see Raj Goodell, after he reads off the Kenyon Sadiq card, starts walking off stage and then looks at our Jets group. And he makes eye contact with Mikey Holkand. And he like head nods at him with the draft card. And Mikey shakes his head. And I'm like, "What's going on?" And Mikey sprints towards the draft stage. And Raj Goodell off the draft stage, hands him the Kenyon Sadiq card. And Mikey comes back to the group. I'm like, "What the hell just happened?" He's like, "Yeah, man, if the player's not here, they give you the draft card." I'm like, "What? That's a thing? That's the coolest thing I've ever heard." I'm like, "Wow," and I'm a draft nerd. I've never heard of that. And I said, "Boys and girls, everyone in this group, if the Jets freaking trade back into the first round, I am locking eyes like we're in love with Roger Goodell, if that's a thing." And, as we're going through the draft, who knows if they're going to trade in, and we just see it flash across the screen. Da-da-da, da-da-da, the Jets have traded back in the first round. And we're going, "Oh my God, who's it going to be? This is nuts." And we're losing our minds. And again, ESPN cameras, NFL Network on me, but I'm keeping an eye. Who is about to be the pick? And can I lock eye contact with Roger Goodell? So, Omar Cooper Jr., and then you see me losing my crap. I'm on the TV, and I'm looking. And then Roger Goodell looks at me and goes, and I go, and I'm sprinting towards the draft stage. And then I see other people sprinting. I'm like, "No, please, no cock blocking going on here. Please, I made eye contact. He looked at me, not him, not her, me." And so I'm going up, and our International Fan of the Year, Ant, like, he's in a front more row, so he's closer to the stage, and I'm like, "Oh no, did this happen?" And instead of Roger handing it to me directly like he did with Mikey Holkand, who apparently has a longer wingspan at the combine, Anth passed the baton. So he got it from Roger and immediately turned and handed it to me, and I'm looking at this thing like, "Oh my God." So it just signed, which I also didn't know. Roger Goodell signs every card. I'm like, "Wow, that's cool. I had no idea." And Roger gives me a salute as he walks off stage. So I'm like, "This is nuts. I've got this." And in theory, this is it. That's the coolest thing of all time. I've got the one-on-one draft card. Roger Goodell signed it. But a little voice in the back of my head said, "You know what would be even cooler? If you meet Omar Cooper Jr. and he signs it." But all these, I'm going to bring this to this show, Nick Shine Shine, Boy Green fans, there was a few of them that said, you need to give that card to Omar Cooper Jr. That's his card, not your card, you hobo. And I'm like, whoa, I was there at the draft. What do you mean? And so I'm like thinking about it, and they said, if you can't, like, that'd be the jerkest thing of all time. If you go to anywhere you meet him, training camp or something, and get him to sign his own draft card. What a dick move to do. And I'm like, I don't know. Well, what do I have to lose? So I bring it, and I didn't know if I was even going to meet him at training camp. Players randomly come up to sign after. You don't get to, me and Nick Shine don't confer, hey, who do we want to get signed by? Yeah, let's submit the list to the Jets. Those players will come over in our VIP section. No, it's random. Yeah, so I get all these cool autographs, meet David Bailey, Garrett Wilson, Brees Hall. It's amazing. And I'm about to walk away. The NFL security officer for the Jets goes, yeah, autographs are over. Let's move it, people. And like, so people start moving. I'm like, well, I got some cool stuff. Oh, well, I brought this card just in case if I met Omar. And I'm about to walk and I hear, Coop. And I go, and I look, and I'm like, oh my God, Omar's the last player. What are the chances? And I'm like, and then at that moment I go, what do I do? This security officer right here. And he clearly looked at me and said, that's enough. And I'm like, okay, do it with confidence. Just rock right by a firm power walk. And I go, I get right by him. He doesn't say anything. If I trepidatiously started stinking, be like, hey, didn't you hear me, pal? Beat it. So I get through and I'm like, oh my God. And then I'm in line and I'm like the 5th or 6th person that's there. And there's a kid in front of me, but then I can hear that they're going, burr, burr, burr. Like players come back, the air horn's going off. Like that's enough signatures. So I'm like, I don't even know if he's going to sign this. Cause like we're running out of time. That air horn has gone off 20 times. I think this is over. And he meets with the kid, and this kid has this great story too. And he's getting to talk to him about, they have a similar, faith in God, and they had a really special moment. I'm like, oh boy, this sounds like a perfect place to end. And he's going to go back inside, but he keeps going down the line, and I get to tell him the story, and booyah. So Omar Cooper freaking Jr., man, this is incredible. So yes, that happened.
That's
unbelievable.
So cool. BG, you might have to frame that one.
Story.
And picture this. Imagine week 1 happens against the Titans. A game I'll be at, and get to meet fortuitously the Mr. Nick Shine. Imagine Cooper gets like the first touchdown, and you'll be like, I was at that training camp when he signed my stuff. Like, let's go.
Oh, yeah. Yeah, to Nick Shine's point. Yeah, we're attached to the hip, buddy. Any success you have, I am glomming on and absorbing as much of it as possible. Like Cell from Dragon Ball Z. It's just... That's what's happening right there. Success.
Well, how old are you now?
I am 33, sir. Yes.
Okay. So let's do this. Okay. Let's look to when you're 52, young 50s.
Okay.
And Omar Cooper has
Silver
a Hall
Fox.
of Fame career.
Yes.
And
he asked me to induct him into the Hall of Fame.
Well, obviously.
Well,
but being able to then donate that card and you put your name on it to the NFL Hall of Fame. If he has that
and it's
Hall of Fame
on
career.
display. And I'm like,
hey,
yes. Kids.
That's the only way you get rid of it is in 20 or 17 years
Let's go.
when he's inducted into the Hall of Fame in 20 years from now. And you can say, hey, this was day 1 of your NFL career. I would like to donate this to you. Former Commissioner Roger Goodell, your signature. And of course, I had to sign it. And you get that on display in the Hall of Fame.
BG's handing the card to Goodell.
And we do this. We get a bust of your head made to be put next to Cooper. Obviously that's the next step.
We're attached. And that's what I said. So to the people that would say, hey, give it back to him, I said, here's the only thing. If I bring him this card, because I have no idea how he's going to react, and he says, wow, this card's cool. I want this card. There is only one thing that's going to happen. If he says, can I have this? I'm going to be like, yeah, Omar, after practice, me and you could go talk. Because we're going to negotiate. If you go to a baseball game and Aaron Rodgers belts home run number 1,000 and you catch it, the baseball people come to you and say, yeah, we'd really like that ball. And then you say, what are you offering? Season tickets, jerseys, photo opportunities. He meet my family. What's happening? Let's start the negotiations. So I was willing to move, but we're going to negotiate. I'm getting a package. You're a multi-billion-dollar organization. You're not just going to say, hey, just for giving it to the player. Come on,
Boy Green. You have to pull out the Corley. Hey, you got $1 million. I
pull out. Sorry,
you have to flip the script on another jet wide receiver and be like, "Hey, million, and then hope that Cooper doesn't go into Woody Johnson's office and be like, make him give me the card.
Yeah, get that card. Yeah, I hope
that'd
that
be
second part does
crazy.
not like God. And poor Malachi, not poor Malachi, because he fucked up so much stuff. But like him, he went through this story the first time when it happened to him in real life, and then the story leaked because Devontae told Jordan Schultz on his podcast, so that came out, but it didn't get a ton of play. Now he told Taylor Lewan and them, and it came out again. And Malachi's got to be in Cleveland like, what the hell? So like that greedy bastard. So yeah, I guess that shows you a little bit here, but yeah. So I just don't want to get Malachi'd. I don't know if that's a verb, but I don't want to get Malachi'd. Yes,
it is now. It is.
Yeah,
now.
that's the jersey number, wasn't it?
Oh, yeah.
Malachi
17. That was it. Yes.
17, yeah.
So the whole thing was, Malachi, by the way, changed his jersey numbers many times as he had catches in his career, but he had 17. Devontae comes over and says, basically, I want my 17. And he has, as Devontae Adams explains to the story for people who didn't see it, he has a Gucci bag of $17,000 in cash. Hey, 17,000, 17. And he said, I will buy anyone in your family jerseys. Like, if they want the brand new jersey, whatever jersey number you flip to, I'll buy it out. I'll buy any jerseys and the cash. And Malachi Corley turns to Devontae Adams, like Nick Shine just said, yeah, that's going to be a milli. And he went, a milli? And then he went to Woody Johnson, said, give me that bleeping number.
17,000 cash in a duffel bag to give him. 17,000 cash.
At the blackjack table?
Dude. Brutal.
To your point, though, BG,
what do you got
hopefully,
on your mind,
if that happens 20 years from now, to Nick Shine's point, and Roger Goodell, you got that Omar Cooper signed draft card, you'd be like, hey, Roger, you want to sign this?
Hmm?
I know Nick's got to get some other callers. Boy Green, it's always a pleasure, man. Nick, you're the man. I love you guys. I don't want to take too much time.
Yeah, sorry, Derek. I stole all your airtime there. I apologize.
No, it's okay. It's okay, brother.
My B. I can't wait to see you in Tennessee, though. Let's go.
Yeah, man. You too, brother. Football's back. Let's go, baby. Jets. Jets.
5 weeks, and we will be celebrating in Nashville.
5 Sundays. Let's go.
Sir.
Thanks so much for the time. Love y'all.
Thanks for calling. Thank you for your support. Appreciate it.
You bet.
Now, Boy Green, in Nashville, are you at the same hotel as Johnny, me, Snowball?
No.
Are you at the
No. So here's what we ended up doing. Okay, so someone had the idea. We got an Airbnb, like it's not a mansion, but it's like a bigger house, and coffee club members from everywhere are staying in it. Badshaw,
nice.
Philly Noodles, Ted, NY Jets FL. Who else? Who else is in this? Badshaw's wife Laura. Oh, Mac and his wife. So anywho, there's like 10 coffee club members that are descending upon a house. We're going to do a few Boy Green dailies live from this Airbnb. So yeah, we ended up doing that instead of the hotel. So yeah, a bunch of us are going to be cooped up in a house for like 3 or 4 days. It'll be cool.
That's pretty awesome. You know what's pretty cool?
What's
Our
that?
next caller.
Ooh.
Kyle Clifton. He's green bean and he's shaved.
Yeah, I'm guessing I went with the bearded content creator background,
Nice.
considering the co-host tonight.
How you doing,
I'm doing okay, man. Long day on the beach yesterday, so I'm taking it easy today.
Natural.
I think that you probably have to get a 12-year sustained career of brilliance like Deebo Samuel plus from Coop to kind of get there, right? To get to the Hall.
Yeah,
like that. If that's what you think he can be, he'd have to be what Deebo's shown, but like sustained, right?
Right, and health, obviously, yeah.
Yeah. I'm going to go in on Boy Green a little bit here.
Oh, let's go.
I think that everyone got excuses earlier, except for Tanner Engstrand. I think that Glenn did Tanner Engstrand dirty. I think he's done a couple of his assistants dirty. Last year, I think that there was a lot of scapegoating going on.
Okay,
and
Kyle, if you're Aaron Glenn, okay, you're Aaron Glenn, okay, and you have the choice. You bring Tanner. Your job's on the line. Everything happened. You were 3-14 last year, and you have the choice. I'm bringing Tanner back. Did dirty. Didn't have a great situation. Whatever happens, I'm bringing him back, and my job's on the line. Or I'm starting fresh with someone experienced like Frank Reich. What decision would you have made?
Well, I mean, he's got to show a little bit of loyalty to his players and to his coaches.
Why?
because it's a relationship business. Like,
It's a self-preservation business. It's
okay.
shoving a few people under the bus to save its own job.
Now, I mean, I hope that he's the way he's tweaked his approach in the conferences and is kind of a foreshadowing of some improvements that he's going to make in general in his coaching demeanor this coming season. But we're going to go as he goes, right? Like if we see the same things out of Aaron Glenn that we saw last year, I don't know that we'll be able to rise past 5 or 6 wins.
Oh, Kyle, if that happens again this year, you're going to be calling in with the Elmo meme behind you with the dumpster on fire. Like, you're going to stop with the content creator photos, and it's just going to be end of days type of photos coming from you.
Right, because
you're not going to have that.
But I wanted him gone.
I know.
At the end of last season, I was
Glenn,
pissed. Yes. I was pissed. But I'm willing to give him the opportunity to prove himself. I don't think one season is typically fair, but we saw a lot of bad stuff last year.
Yeah, we did. That's fair. I was on that when he started firing all the other coordinators, and it got to 8, 9, 10. I lost it on conference championship weekend. It was 20 days after the Jet season ended, and he was still losing coaches. That's when I had my last straw. Like, how did it take you 20 days to assess your staff and make the moves that you needed to move? And I felt like, and this isn't public, but my personal opinion, people were wanting out at that point. Like, people wanted off the ship, right?
Sure, probably. Yeah. But he bullshitted. The thing that he's at the what would have been combine. He said, "Oh, this was all part of the master plan." Well, I think that's total bullshit. You have to say that. What else are you going to say? So of course, and that information will never become public until a certain leak happens later. But no, that was clearly right. The whole Tanner and him that was late January, that they were going to keep him in a reduced role, but then they let him go. Like, that was all very sloppy, super sloppy.
Yeah, I mean, I thought that Engstrand had guys running open early in the season. I think he did get very predictable, but I think that with a young coach like that, you got to let him grow into the role. And I think I've said that before on a couple of different shows, but hopefully Engstrand will be able to land on his feet and be able to become the coach that I think he kind of can be.
Yeah. Is this LaFleur 2.0, where he'll be a head coach in 3 years?
Yeah, probably. I appreciate your time, guys. I'll talk to you soon.
Kyle, be good, brother. Mm-hmm. All right, a couple things to get to.
Just real quick to Kyle's thing. I just feel like, again, the part that was effed is AG did something this offseason he should have done from the beginning. He should have got a veteran offensive mind right from the get-go, not a young guppy, and then flipped it. Had his Brian Duker as his DC, the young, whatever you want to call him, AG. I've called more defense than anyone in history. Like, I'm the guy, and you're my pupil. And I will influence you and help you with the defensive. And then we're going to have a sage, veteran offensive guy that knows what he's doing. He inverted it. He had the veteran defensive guy. I'm like, that's interesting. And then a young nothing on offense. I said, wow, you better hope you're right. Hopefully you pick the next whiz kid. And he did not. So that's where he screwed up. He should have done what he did this offseason, last offseason. That's my complaint.
Every single decision that Aaron Glenn made in year one, aside from Banjo, had to be redirected. Everything had to be redirected. The quarterback, the coordinators, the scheme, to call or not to call yourself as the defensive coordinator.
Steve Hyde, baby.
But every major decision needed a redirection. Not many people get to come back from that. And if you're not a former Jet player, and you probably don't survive that. I think that's the only reason he's back, is because so many people within the organization want the story to succeed, and there might be questions about, can he succeed as the coach? And I think nostalgia and storyline were maybe a small part of the decision making here. Anyone else does that in year one, they're probably gone, right? If it's Joe Schmo coaching the team and we see all this, you're gone. But I think that he got a little bit of respect because of the player that he was. Now we just have to hope that this comes true.
You have superpowers! You gotta fly over there!
Johnny Boy, member of the channel for 26 months and resident pervert, ladies and gentlemen, says, if Omar would have asked you if he could keep the card, would you have given it to him? Hey!
I said it, and hopefully I'm saying the same thing now that I would have told Omar to his face in person. Omar, this seems super important to you. Let's see, there's a gate between us, me and you and a jet staffer or something. Let's go walk over there to the corner. Let's have a conversation. I don't want to, I think sometimes in the baseball scenario I brought up earlier where the home run gets hit in the top, the MLB executives or Dodgers executives or whoever the person is in the moment, they pressure the person to give up the ball. Come on, it's Shohei Ohtani's or it's whoever's. And then they give it up for a very minuscule cost. This is a multi-billion-dollar organization. People are going to call me greedy and selfish and all these other things. This is a one-of-one thing. This is not a signed football. There's only one of these on the planet. I happen to be at the draft. Roger happened to give it to me. I didn't steal it. He handed it right to me. So to me, if it was super important to him, let's talk. The Jets, you're going to tell me the Jets are going to prevent this from happening? I'm not going to ask for season tickets for all 20 members of my family. I think there's a line we could get to where I'm a happy customer, you're a happy customer, and let's go. 21. See, there you go. See, that's it. So no, I don't think I would have been a jerk or anything no way, man, it's mine, sucker. But no, I would have said, hey, let's talk, let's chat. And hey, he didn't even, I will tell you, right? The only thing I regret is I had mics in my bag. I was going to mic myself up to have some of these conversations I shared on Twitter to be real, you guys could have heard it. And I forgot to do it. So I didn't. He did not ask for the card. He thought it was cool. He said, whoa, I didn't even know this was a thing. This is amazing. And said, this is awesome. And I said, can you sign it? He said, of course.
It's a good thing you'll be there Tuesday. Have the mic mic'd up because he's a rookie.
That's it.
Rookies go around inside.
Yeah, that's
you
probably
may have
true.
an opportunity to have a follow-up moment here.
Oh, I'll try to see if I can get him for an interview on the show the second time. Say, hey, remember I'm the draft card guy. Come on the show. Let's talk about it.
Assistant producer for that segment, Nick Shine. That was the idea.
Oh, obviously, to connect
a little
those
bow
dots.
there. We tied together
Let's go.
here. Friends
Yeah.
helping friends, ladies and gentlemen. Speaking of friends, Derek gifted another channel membership. Thank you, Derek. This one went to Jamie Nagar. Thank you, Derek. You're the man. You are on fire tonight, Derek. Hopefully the Jets can win as much as you're winning tonight. Now, we got another call. We have two callers left. I promise to the second caller I will get to you. Don't go nowhere. But next up, we got Kevin Zwicker. What's up, Kev?
What's going on, Shy Nick, Green Paul? How you guys doing?
Sting.
Hello.
What's up, brother?
Hello, Zwicker Kev.
That is me. That is me. Paul, I'm just going to be real.
Real quick before you go, another guy who will be in Nashville with us.
Oh, cool. I can't wait. All right. Awesome. That'll be awesome, Kevin.
I'm looking extremely forward to that. But Paul, I'm with you when you were talking about the card, doing the negotiating. I know people will give you shit, say, oh, you're being greedy. Why don't you just give the guy his thing? But no, it's a one-on-one thing, and you're never probably going to get another opportunity to receive something substantial from an organization that's given us a lot of pain over the years, right?
That's true. Leverage, right? How often do I have something the Jets are craving? Because if Omar tells the Jets, this whole interaction, this made-up interaction happens where Omar's like, I want the card. And then he tells the Jets, hey, what do we got to do? I would love this card. You're telling me that, come on, man. Of course. Whenever am I going to have something the Jets desperately want? I want all their crap. I want all their shop, jerseys, hats, and everything. Come on, man. Here's something. Is there an unlimited card that I could have for the rest of my life to get any shirts, hats, jerseys, or anything? You just have a shop that's always overflowing with stuff. That'll help my jersey addiction. To have a magical card that could get them all. All right, here we go. There's something out there. Yeah.
If I could chime in.
Okay. And you are Nick Shine, so you can chime in.
There's a fork in the road here, right? And personally, I would sit on it because the value can only get greater if he becomes Hall of Fame type of wide receiver. Right?
Oh, and baby,
the value grows, the sentiment grows to him, the nostalgia grows. You don't do it now. You sit on it and you let it build. You can always get that moment of anything that you're thinking right now down the road, but the value can only increase, in my opinion. The cool part of it will always be there. I got drafted. That's the card. We can work something out. But the value of it can only grow, in my opinion. You're at the
That's
baseline
true.
right now. You don't give up at the baseline. You don't bail on stock 2 weeks in.
And the floor is always going to be there for me. Maybe I'm not going to feel this way, like if he ends up being a bust. But like to me, that moment will always be special, whether he's a bust or not. Like his career could end in my mind, but everything that happened is forever that story in my house. So I think you're additionally right from that standpoint that the risk isn't there. To me, it's not going to lose value if whatever happens. It can only gain. So yes. So he didn't ask for it. That was his moment.
Career. He
Right.
was drafted. No matter what happens in his career, Roger Goodell was the commissioner. No matter what happened in his career, he had that moment on stage, and that symbolism is the card, right?
Yeah.
That's your baseline. You don't bail on the baseline.
And
in my
like
opinion,
I said,
now
he
if
could have said
if he
something.
comes to
He didn't
you
say nothing.
with something that's so
Yeah.
an offer that you feel you can't resist, then yeah, absolutely, you move on it.
Yeah, for sure. I'm curious about this, guys. As we all know, when it comes to the Jets, we can talk about skill position players, we can talk about defense, but at the end of the day, it always comes down to the quarterback. And we saw glimpses of it, with the Arizona game where you saw people starting to get excited because of what Carson Beck was doing out there.
Yeah.
What is Cade going to have to show you guys for you guys to, get that blood flowing, get the gears in, grinding? What is he going to have to show you guys for you to come away impressed?
My bar is very low. I can imagine, because if he just so here's the things we don't know yet. AG seemed to indicate that the starter's going to play, like Gino and everybody else could play for a full series or something. He didn't get into specifics, but he indicated that that's his ideology right now, is to play everybody at least some piece of action. So Cade's going to get a lot of it. Let's say Gino has an opening drive or something, walks him right down the field. He does the scrimmage, walks him right down the field, scores a touchdown. Up. Okay, he's out of the game. Next, Cade Klubnik, you get a big chunk. Can you just imagine that Cade just goes down the field, completes a couple of passes, gets a touchdown pass, has sort of he gets his helmet off, he's doing the slow-mo run with the Chad Pennington jersey 1-0. Oh my goodness. I am ready to get hurt. I am ready for Cade to complete a pass. I'm ready for him to run out of the tunnel. You say, when am I going to get revved up? When he runs out of the tunnel. When it's and Clemson quarterback Cade Klubnik coming into the game. This is the highest the Jets ever traded up in a single draft for a player before. Cade Klubnik out here. Could he possibly be the franchise quarterback for the New York Jets? Could that be possible? Could that thing start to sort of evolve here? Dak Prescott, Kirk Cousins, some of these, Brock Purdy, Russell Wilson, perhaps. Some of these quarterbacks that get taken on day 3 of the draft, and then they're the guy. What if just let me tell you, get the piano 30 for 30 music in the background. Dun, 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 dun. What if I told you that Cade Klubnik was in fact quite possibly the franchise quarterback for the Jets, and they got 3 number 1s, and then they build around Cade Klubnik. Maybe they get a top pick as the Colts suck, and then they trade that pick for 5 other first-round picks. You combine those 5 first-round picks with the 3 first-round picks. Then you have 9 first-round picks, and then you carry the 1 on a first-round pick, and then you build around the team, and then we start winning Super Bowls with Cade Klubnik. Yeah, man, I could get excited. Yeah.
I feel that whole thing should start with a superhero movie, in a world
that's a good voice actually for that.
I can't
the narrator
envision that
in a galaxy far, far away.
Yeah. Well, here's where I'm at with Klubnik. I have the bar at 0 because I don't want any expectations on a 4th round quarterback who had a bad last year in college. And listen, if he can make his career a reliable backup quarterback, spot starter, smart guy in the room, the one that the guy we draft next year can always lean on, and he gives him credit in the press conferences, and he's Klubnik is he helps me see so many things. If we have the next year's rookie come in and Klubnik is the guy that helps him become the guy, that's a great career. If you're a 10-year backup, 12-year backup, you spot start occasionally, and then you finish games when we're up by a lot and we're winning multiple Super Bowls, great. However, I have no expectation of you becoming the man. I don't want you to take any meaningful snaps this season. Chad Pennington waited until his 3rd year in the NFL before he played He was drafted in 2000. He came in 02. So he was 2 years and 4 games in, 4 or 5 games in. I
Hey, what
forget.
happened in 2002? Did we win the AFC East?
We did, because we had patience and we let a young quarterback, who was a first-round pick, by the way, not a
18th overall. 18th overall.
develop.
Out of Marshall.
And
Who
when he
showed
hit the
passes to
field,
Randy Moss in
Yeah.
college.
yeah, and when he hit the field, he was mentally prepared for everything they were going to throw at him. Klubnik has so much to learn. He has to learn how to play under center. He has to learn how to get in and out of an NFL huddle. He has to learn how to read and pick up defenses and assignments and zone and man and all that. I don't want him doing that like Darnold did, like Zach Wilson did, under live bullets. I want him in the room with Musgrave and Reich and Gino. And next year, hey, everything goes well, the coaching staff retains. Now you have information, you have knowledge, you can start to help the rookie quarterback develop. That's my expectation for Klubnik. If you can evolve into that backup, great. I don't want to throw you into the fire, wreck you like we've done many other quarterbacks. And those were first-round quarterbacks, not a fourth-rounder. So I don't want to see him play this
can
year.
rise from the ashes, Nick. A phoenix can rise from the
100%.
ashes.
You
Dak
mentioned the
Prescott.
quarterbacks, right? You mentioned the quarterbacks that have done it. I took the other side of it, though. I took the quarterbacks that we've wrecked because we haven't had the patience.
Why are you bringing me up James Morgan? Why are you Bryce Pettying me? Why are you Christian Hackenberging me right now? Why don't you dream the possible dream? Huh? What about a little Taj Boyd action? Can I interest you in some Taj Boyd? Perhaps
Boyd,
Greg McElroy from Alabama?
That's what I was thinking of. The Alabama quarterback, McElroy. Yeah.
Perhaps.
You want to go Bryce Petty route?
A little Baylor action?
Bollinger?
Oof.
Right?
Kellen Clements, baby. Wahoo!
Well,
brutal.
Brett Ratliff.
Yeah, there you go. So, I'm more of the point of let's be guarded. Let's develop assets. When you're looking at your fourth rounders and beyond, those aren't guys that should have an unless you're an offensive lineman, right? Like you can get an interior lineman there, a D tackle. Can
Matt
come in
Slauson, 2009, 6th round.
Yeah, absolutely. 3-man draft. Sanchez, Sean Green, Matt Slauson. That's it. 3-man draft.
Quality over quantity, baby.
That's it. But I have no expectations for anyone 4th round and beyond to be an immediate contributor. Your job is to develop, right? Look at Sherwood. Position change, develop, sat, got elevated, now a starter, contract extension. Yeah. That should be the trajectory. You play, well, obviously with the quarterback you're not, but maybe you're a holder, right? The punter, you're a backup holder, you're the backup quarterback. I'm a little nervous about him even being the backup quarterback, to be honest. Because somebody said in the chat 2 weeks ago, the worst thing that can happen to this New York Jets team is that we are in the hunt and then something happens to Gino and you have to throw the rookie out and it's straight downhill. So I trust Darren Muji, the magician, as we call him here on the program.
Mooch.
I trust Muj. Last year, defensive tackle was a weakness. Phillips, Briggs, he attacked. They get Brownlee. They saw a weakness. They attacked. I'm at the point where if Muji says at the end of camp or even before, hey, we got to beef up the backup quarterback here. I like the way things are looking offensively. Defense is coming along. We can't have Gino go down and not have someone there. Zappi and Club just don't have it. I'll trust in Muji. I'm hesitant to say it, but
do you trust
if
in
he
Muji?
doesn't make the move, I'm going to trust in Muji.
That's what I'm saying. If he doesn't make the move, that should be a loud message to everyone to say, hey, they believe that if he has to play, we all know anyone's an injury away from playing on the field. If they crown Cade Klubnik the QB2, that says to me that they're comfortable with him playing in a game. You have to be if you put him in the QB2 role. So both Muji, Mugician, and coaching staff, that is an alignment decision if they decide to do that. And if you're a Jets fan, you should be, I would hope, that you're excited about that. Holy crap, that means Cade is ready and bubbling at the surface if something happens.
I agree. But all right, guys, I know you guys have more guys in the back, so give them some airtime. But
Whoa,
nice meeting you, Paul.
Kevin, you got to walk us through this background here. I see Sting. We got a World Heavyweight Championship back there. We have, what else do we have back here?
So back here, got a signed VHS of WrestleMania 8 by Bret Hart. The World Heavyweight title is signed by Sting and Kevin Nash.
Nice.
The Intercontinental title, got it down here, is not signed by anybody. Got a Bojangles. I'm not sure if you guys up north are aware of Bojangles. It's a fried chicken.
Yes, of course.
Fried chicken place. They had commemorative WWE cups. That's the Brothers of Destruction, Undertaker, and Steve Austin Funko toy, and that's Mercedes Moné on the wall.
Okay.
Now,
Money.
Kev, you know me, and you know me well enough by now to know when this is the first time you've turned your head, and I immediately started singing Coolio "Fantastic Voyage" in my head.
Oh, do you have the same haircut, Nick?
that hair gave me Coolio vibes back from the early '90s or
Straight
mid
hair.
'90s, I should say.
Because I have it in a ponytail back here.
Yeah, well, the way it stuck out, yes, I immediately got Coolio vibes with it.
Respect.
Anyways, but Paul, I know you're a wrestling guy too, so
Yes, huge
I know
wrestling
that
dude.
you would appreciate it.
Thanks, man. That's
Yeah,
sweet.
those are pretty cool items. Those are definitely the Brothers of Destruction bring me back.
Come on, Kane and Undertaker. They're brothers from Death Valley, where the heat gets incredibly high on the heat index, man. They're brothers.
Yeah, and Kane had to wear the mask because he was so disfigured, and then one
He
day
got
it was just like,
burned.
just a blue contact lens. That's all we're going with.
Look forward to seeing both of you in Nashville, man.
Can't
Yes,
wait,
sir.
brother. Let's go.
5 weeks, less than that, 34 days till we see one another because we're getting together on Saturday.
Yeah.
Oh yeah. Thanks, Kev. We'll talk soon, brother. Ladies and gentlemen. Oh, we got another. Did I miss one?
Yeah.
We
I'm running
did.
out of math.
Shout
How many
out
are
to
these?
Derek, who gifted another channel membership that went to B. Wannon. Thank you, Derek. I appreciate you. Thank you, everyone who contributed tonight. Don't forget, it's Sunday night. All raffle entries are doubled for next week's mystery box giveaway. Also, Sunday nights, all raffle entries doubled. And at the end of the show, we have 26 raffle entries to give away from Cisco. Bonus raffle Cisco appreciation. Ladies and gentlemen, we talked about this guy earlier. He was at the event with us last weekend. He leaves a mark everywhere he goes. And no, I'm not just talking about on the toilet seat. Folks, it's Charles Gorman.
First off, I want to apologize for kissing you, Boy Green.
Oh, did you not enjoy the experience?
I feel guilty about it.
Guilty. Oh, wow. There it is. Yeah, that's a picture of it. Yeah. Yeah. You're very passionate, Charles.
I am. Especially in a weird way. Crazy way, too.
Sure. It was great meeting you, man.
Oh, great meeting you, too. I'm sorry, guys.
love
We're
your
trying
fanny pack.
Charles.
Beyonce.
Charles,
My
hold on.
apologies.
Hold on, Charles. I got a joke. Boy Green, after looking at this picture, I guess you could say that training camp wasn't the only intimate part of the day. Sorry. It was a layup. I had to take the layup. It was an open quarter.
I appreciate that.
Call
Charles,
me
I
Enos
really enjoyed
Cantor.
your... Yeah,
Wide open layup.
That's yeah. We're gonna leave that ball where it lies. But
Yep.
Charles, the fanny pack was spectacular, sir.
Oh, thank you. I've been wearing
Charles,
it
do me a
along
favor. Charles, why do you have asshole in your name, first of all?
because I was an asshole to Boy Green and Jake the other day.
All right.
Is
let's
asshole
do
one
this.
word or two?
Let's close out YouTube, close out StreamYard, come back in. Your audio's glitchy, so close out your apps and come back in, all right? Reset it. We'll get you right back on air.
One word or two? Is that one word or two on asshole? That's a goog.
If you say my, wow, it should be hyphenated at times, right?
Well, I would think.
If you say you're an asshole and you're using it as an adjective,
the word
but
asshole
if you
is a
say
single word, it
my
combines ass and
asshole,
hole.
it should be two, right? If
Yeah,
it's my
compound
ass-
noun. Yeah, so it's one word. Yeah. Okay, one word. He had it correct. Shout out to Charles.
All right.
Good to know.
Well, I constantly tell him that don't don't degrade yourself. Let's change this name.
Yeah.
Before he comes on. Let me see here. Let's do this. Let's edit the name.
Oh, that's very nice of you to do that. You've got the power. You're Nick Shine. Shout out to the
Yeah.
shiners out in the audience. Shine, shine,
Oh,
shine, shine.
We're just gonna give it 2. We're gonna put in 2 words.
Oh, there you go.
I'm kidding. I'm
there he
changing it.
is.
Charles, how we doing?
All right, I just came back from my parents' house.
Oh, what was going on over there?
Nothing. I just had dinner with them. I had dessert with them too. They're going to Cape May tomorrow.
What you guys eat?
Chicken with the garlic, rice, and spinach.
Chicken with the what?
Garlic.
Garlic cloves, garlic salt, garlic bread,
Garlic broth.
garlic broth. Oh, I've never had that before.
Oh,
Okay.
garlic broth
All right.
and little spread over the top of everything.
Okay.
That's
So chicken.
since I was a kid. My mother was making that and I was eating it. Rice,
you've
white
called into
rice.
so many shows. You've called into so many shows. Why is your audio so bad today? Are you holding the phone with like your finger on the bottom? near
Oh,
the
if it's
speaker?
on the bottom, that could be an issue. Yeah.
Yeah, why don't you rest your phone against your computer and turn it sideways, and then we'll get a open up the computer, turn it sideways, and stick it straight up. Your candy.
Is it better?
Now talk. Much. Go ahead, Chuck.
But yeah, I had dinner. I had dessert. We had ice cream.
What kind of
Tillamook ice cream.
What type?
Tillamook.
What does that mean?
It's a brand of ice cream my parents buy from Wegmans.
Is that a different language? Is it like Latin
No,
or something?
Tillamook is a brand.
Oh, okay. Oh, you have a Nokia from 1995? I used to have a Nokia.
What's a Nokia?
Oh. What about a
Charles.
flip phone? A Motorola? You remember those?
I have an Android.
You never played the snake game?
No, I never played the snake. You mean where you like add?
You know what a snake move is, though, Charles? It's going from kissing one content creator to another.
Oh my god.
That's a snake move.
Where you add more things on one length. I understand that.
Cool.
As for this year, I can't wait for preseason football on Friday. I know a lot of people don't care about the preseason. I always like to watch it because it's football. Unfortunately, I didn't watch the Hall of Fame game. I was busy doing my own thing. I have been watching some of the Hall of Fame speeches. They were really good, especially Larry Fitzgerald's speech. It was beautiful. Oh my god, it was beautiful.
Very touching.
I was in bed all day today. I didn't feel well, but I was out all day yesterday, so I want to catch up on those. And later on tonight, I'm going to watch them all. Now, I know we mentioned balls earlier in the show. Did you see Adam Vinatieri's comment
Yes,
about
I did.
Pat
with Pat
McAfee
Yes.
being his holder?
Holding his
and
balls,
nobody
yeah.
Yeah.
No one holds my balls other than my wife. No one holds my balls more than my wife.
We just ruined punchlines. Charles punchline ruiner Gorman. What are we doing here?
No, I'm just saying. I remember. I listened to it. It was funny.
Yeah, it was. It got a few chuckles. A chortle or two. Yeah.
Gorman, 1 of 1. Charles Interrupter Gorman.
A lot of nicknames.
Charles Punchline Thief Gorman.
What was what's happening tomorrow, Charles?
I'm gonna go to my psychiatrist tomorrow at 1:00.
For what?
Well, hold on, everyone. We're gonna. Oh, StreamYard just went off. We're gonna say a prayer for psychiatrist.
Oh.
May you have a good day tomorrow. God bless. Good luck to you. We hope that you get through your day and no
Blessed be
suicidal
he.
thoughts. Amen.
I have a psychiatrist appointment tomorrow. I almost forgot about it. So, yeah. And then other than that, maybe just chill for the rest of this week.
Dope.
It's Sunday night, and he's already planning on chilling for the rest of the week.
I know it's Sunday night, and obviously look for jobs as well, other than chilling for the rest of the week, of course. Continuing applying for jobs, looking for jobs as well.
What kind of job are you looking for?
A dishwasher in a warehouse position,
That's specific.
and locally, try to find local. It's not too far from where I live.
Port local. I do that. Well, good luck in your adventure, Charles Gorman.
I enjoy my adventures when they're good to me. When they're not, when I miss adventures, I am miserable.
That's a candid expression of your thoughts and feelings, and I respect that.
Thank you. Big Shine, I'm happy for you, man, that you're getting the greatest pass rusher in Jets history on your show one day. Hopefully, it's a good experience, which I know it will, which I
For
have a
those
feeling
of
it
you
will.
that don't know what Charles is mentioning right now, Mark Gastineau has agreed to come on the show, and we are working on a date. But Mark Gastineau will be joining the program in the near future, and looking forward to that. Can't wait for that.
Yeah, Mark Gastineau, what a character, what a football player, what a pass rusher he was.
Hopefully
Who's that
future
handsome
Hall
guy
of
next
Famer.
to him?
That's Mark Gastineau.
I'm talking about the guy with the 56 jersey.
Vernon
Oh,
Golston.
that's me, Charles. That's
Oh.
27-year-old Nick Shine.
Wow, you look a lot different than what you do now.
Yeah, def.
Yeah, that was when I was starting to plump up.
Yes.
But yeah, Mark Gastineau, he's still regarded as one of the all-time great pass rushers. So
Absolutely.
I think he ran a 4.40 or 4.4 or something.
Did
at the
he? I thought he
combine.
ran like a 4.79. Let's double check that right now. Let me see if I made up that number. Or is that a number I remember in my head?
Cisco, that was a Sam Cowart jersey. After Eric Mangini took over the team, he traded away Jonathan Vilma. And I was so upset because I had a green, a white, and a green authentic Vilma because I thought he would. Charles, stop interrupting. I thought that Jonathan Vilma would be the best linebacker and defensive player that we've ever had. That was the first time I really wanted the Jets to take somebody in the draft, and they nailed it, and I was ecstatic. And I wore those. I had them, and when they got rid of him, it broke me. Like David Wells being traded away broke me as a Yankee fan. And then the Vilma trade, and then they brought in Sam Cowart because Mangini went to the 3-4. I was gifted the Sam Cowart, and I wore it, but I didn't have that energy. I've always loved defensive players, you know. And
By the way, Gastineau ran a 4.8 at East Central Oklahoma, a 4.8, which was part of the reason he fell in the draft. There you go.
And big part of the reason he was drafted in the second round was Connie Carberg.
Of course.
There's a great when she was great telling that story about how she pushed for him. That's why we had the Gastineau jersey giveaway when Connie was on the show, because how
Where'd she tell that
influential
story?
she
Did you
was.
say, Nick Shine?
Well, on the Nick Shine Show. Please like and subscribe. Also, if you haven't already, in the description of this show is Boy Green's channel. Go over there, show him some love. Let's make that push to help him get the 10K, baby. And Charles A. Gorman has a YouTube show, and it is The Adventures of Charles Gorman, which would be a great name for your show, because it's not just sports takes. I told you, you want to get the 500, go just start reviewing every meal that you do. And reviewing meals while eating will get you that 70 left that you have to get the 500. You'll open up your network into a whole other algorithm out there, and just eat, record yourself eating, and talk about it while you're eating. Upload the video, hashtag the hell out of it, and watch the channel grow, Chuck. I'm telling you.
What I was saying was I met Connie at the get together. She's a sweetheart.
Yeah,
And
very
if you
nice
could
woman.
see everything I just said, ladies and gentlemen, full speed, in one ear, out the other.
Yeah,
Never
you want me
even-
to review food while I'm eating and record them on YouTube?
Why not? Like, you need the push to get the 500. That you've done the
I
comic
know
book
that,
stuff.
but
You've done the Jet stuff. You've done the Yankee stuff. You've done Happy New Year. Open yourself to another group of people. There are huge numbers for food reviews on the internet.
That's true. That's very true. I'm not denying it. I'm just
What's your YouTube channel called? What's
the
the
Charles A. Gorman Show. I'm not ignoring these suggestions.
Charles A. Gorman Show. I got to subscribe.
When is Charles going to do porn reviews? Want to do that, Knobcraft? I'll have to think about that one.
Mm.
All right, Charles.
Have a good day, guys.
There we all are. Beautiful.
Yes, outstanding.
Nick Shine, Boy Green, Ryan Delaney, Connie Carberg, Omari Brown, Jake Asman, and Richie Malura. Look at that group. Wow.
That's a great pick.
I tried to lean
I
down
got
so I didn't
picked
get
on
in
them.
your shot there, Nick.
Say that again.
I said I tried to lean down because I didn't want to block you out like the sun.
Yeah, we make a good team. We make a good team
Yeah.
there.
Yeah.
We-
Hey, Nick,
we
can
didn't,
I, so what do you, for Jets game days, I don't know if this year's different than previous years. What is the content on your channel on a game day?
Well, last year I was at the opener
Yep.
for Pittsburgh, and Talking Jets had their event, and Dom C, Dylan Terman, and many others were up for it. And I left the parking lot at like 11:45, and I went home and I did the game stream, and I was like, "This is great. We're going to be a good team." Week 2, Dylan Terman and I did the game with the Bills, and it was so depressing, and it was so.
What do you mean
bad.
did the game? Did you do like play-by-play or a watch party or what? Or both?
We did a watch party. We discussed and we break down. Dylan's great with the analytics. I'm more from the coaching side, so the combination of us is really good, in my opinion. And but the way the season went, we didn't do any more. So we've discussed doing some this year. Obviously, I'll be in Nashville week 1.
Yes.
My son, he turns 18 on September 17th, so it's in between week 1 and week 2. And he said to me, he's like, "I know we're going to Nashville." He's like, "But I want to go to the Packer game too." I was like, "Well, here's one of the really cool parts of the me and mom not being together. That would be her weekend. So maybe we talk to mom about getting the tickets for the Packers game, and then we go."
Hey.
So I'm
perks.
trying to.
Nice.
Yeah, we're trying to make it work, but if we get the okay from mom for me to have him back-to-back weekends and we go, then I'll be at that game. But the plan is for this to be a competitive team and be in games week to week. And even if we're not winning every game, you don't want to do games when you're down 25 or 24-0 and
That final month
halftime,
was
and
pretty brutal. I won't lie. Doing play-by-play for that was putting from the rough.
but we do have some plans to pop on.
Cool.
But I know you're doing them as well. I already see your Bucks game is set up for Friday night.
That's right, preseason, baby. I think that's a lot of people don't pay, and I don't blame them for paying for the entire preseason package. So I understand for folks who don't want to do that. But yes, we'll be doing play-by-play, baby.
Yeah, I actually ordered. Oh, it's still upstairs. So here's what you have to look forward to when you get older, right? As you get older, I wear contacts and I have glasses, but when I lay down with my contacts and like the phone's like on your chest and you're looking downward, the vision gets blurry, right? Because I should have readers, progressives, whatever they're called nowadays.
Yeah.
So I have a TV on the wall right in front of me here. So for the games, I'm going to slide the desk back and have it in front of me. And I ordered a 75-foot cable wire because New York City is on that side of the house, and I want to, for games, hook up the digital antenna outside to have everything in, and I'll have the quickest view of it with the digital antenna.
Right.
And then you realize that you're old and your vision sucks, and you thought that the 1 was a 7 and you only ordered a 15-foot cable. So now I got to order a 50-foot cable on top of it. But
Jesus. Wow. Stuff.
Oh,
Getting old sucks.
Gator. Jeez, Gator.
Oh, is Gator in here somewhere?
No, Gator's sending me images that he's creating right now. And
oh boy.
It's Charles and Gary.
Oh God. Wow.
Charles and Luppy.
Oh my, this is it's exploding.
And me and Charles. So
Wow.
Gator, thank you,
this is
Gator,
some
for
fan
watching the
fiction
show.
going
I
on
appreciate
here.
you,
Wow.
buddy. It's
Okay.
always quite the surprise when a Gator text pops up. You never know what you're gonna get.
That's for sure. Wow.
Yeah. Interesting. Thank you, buddy.
Quite. Yeah. Salute to Gator.
Yeah. Well, I'm going to start winding the show down. You have any closing thoughts? Anything on your mind that we didn't get to revolving our New York Jets?
Oh, right. Two things. Well, first off, I didn't break Wayne Corbett's record. So, Wayne, I'm coming after you next year.
Oh, well, by the time we do the wind down, we're 8 minutes away from
okay.
it. So
I still got time.
This
Good
is
to know.
the prolonged wind down.
Oh,
It's
I
not
see.
a
Okay.
exit in 30 seconds here.
Okay, so you're coming. I'm coming for you, Wayne. But no, the random thing I wanted to get off my chest. This is just something, and I won't lie. It comes up every once in a while when I'm driving home. I drive an hour to the radio station, an hour back, so I have 2 hours just to sit and think, listen to music, watch a podcast, just stare at the road, all kinds of things. And 2018 comes up a lot in my brain. The 2018 offseason, because we're like, what are the Jets going to do? We tried to suck for Sam, but we ended up with the 6th overall pick. Then we traded up to the 3rd overall pick, and what quarterback are we going to get? But in free agency, we signed Teddy Bridgewater as a quarterback. He received a 1-year deal with a maximum value of $15 million. He received $500,000 in guaranteed money. But the big thing was, of course, he was coming off the devastating leg injury he had in Minnesota, and who knew if he was even going to continue his football career? And they sign him. And 5 months later, the Jets trade him to the New Orleans Saints with a 6th-round pick to get a 3rd-round pick. And I remember every once in a while, Jet fans will hear Teddy Bridgewater's name come up, and they will say, damn, we should have held on to Teddy Bridgewater. Maybe he could have been something. But I just tell people that Teddy Bridgewater's football destiny was sealed a month later when the Jets drafted Sam Darnold. Like, Teddy Bridgewater would not have stayed with the Jets because he could see the writing on the wall that he was not going to be here. And the only reason it came up today is that Teddy Bridgewater stepped away from the Lions, who was set to be their backup this year, so we would have ran into him as a backup in Week 3 against the Lions. But, yeah, old Teddy, salute. A lot of people will, write articles if someone spent a second of time on a team. Like, former Jets quarterback Teddy Bridgewater retired, and he was only there for 5 months. But Teddy, a few years later, was on the Dolphins, and he ended up having to step in because Tua, on a Sauce Gardner corner blitz in the end zone, Tua went out for the game, and Teddy Bridgewater was in the game. And then ultimately, Skylar Thompson was in the game, and we blew him out and did everything. But Teddy Bridgewater, in the lead up to that game, said the Jets saved his career. And that's very meaningful to me to hear, like, a guy that went through something so devastating that the Jets gave him a chance when no one else would in free agency. He said it saved his career, and obviously lasted many years after that, another 8 years later. So big salute to Teddy. I love Teddy. Teddy Two Gloves, former first-rounder, Louisville product, wonderful career. There's a Teddy Bridgewater law in Florida now, so coaches are allowed to help players with financials. It sucks that a law had to even exist for that. But, yeah, I send a lot of love to Teddy Bridgewater. He has a soft place in my heart, and now he's retired, and hopefully gets to do a lot of amazing things for all the high school kids out there.
Yeah, hopefully he gets back into coaching. Shout out to Jake Asman, ladies and gentlemen. Boy Green Daily, a New York Jets video show. Yes!
Thank you, Marv Albert.
Thank you, Jake.
There you go, Jake. New profile
Appreciate you.
picture for old Jake.
Yeah,
Very professional.
Very professional shot there. It's
Yeah.
Jake is obviously disconnecting his connections here with the New York Jets. He's like, oh no, I need a white background and a professional shirt. I don't want anyone
That's
to know
nice.
that I am gangrene.
Hey, by the way, congrats to Jake. He is approaching 50,000 subscribers. He's only like 200 away or something last time I checked, because I randomly was looking at a video. I wrote a story about one of Jake's rants he had on ESPN New York. It was an interesting Kate Klubnik thought, and I wrote the piece, and it was getting a lot of interactions. So I had to grab the clip from the Jake Asman show, and I just happened to run into it. I'm like, oh my God, he's like 200 people away from 50,000. Like,
Wow.
How does that not humble? Like, Jake does all kinds of amazing stuff. How does that not humble you? 50,000 people think enough of your opinions that they subscribe to your channel to listen to the show. So he's halfway to one of those fancy plaque things. That's amazing. So
Yeah.
hey, if Jake's
I
still in
watched
here,
the,
congrats.
Absolutely, congrats, Jake. Great work. I watched the Michael K clip today, where
Oh
Andrew
yeah,
from
the
Hoboken,
caller.
I believe,
Yes,
called in
I saw that
and,
clip.
and
Yes.
brought up Jake, and Michael said, that if I had co-host, it would be the guys that I used to work with
Right, Peter Rosenberg and
Don and
Dan
Peter.
Greca. Yep.
And he's just was very glowing about Jake, how the brilliant mind
A
that he has,
superstar in
and
the
business
making.
acumen that he has,
Yeah.
and that he's a budding star, and that's
Mhm.
that's awesome to hear. Somebody that we're friendly with, to know that the
Yeah.
levels that this guy is going to get to, and say, I knew him back when.
Yeah, that's what I'm going
I
to tell
knew
my
him when he was in
grandkids.
his car.
Yeah,
When he was in his
exactly.
car ranting after the Jacksonville game about he stinks.
Yeah. Hey, and I think we're all in a healthy way that we're all competitive with each other. And I think we can celebrate each other's successes. Jake's about to reach 50K. That's amazing for the community. That's amazing for us Jet fans. And we have such a passionate community that 50,000 could be in one, or 10,000 over here, or 8,000, or 13,000, or however many
Jake,
everyone has out
here
the
you go.
audience.
Let me summarize it with this.
Please.
Jake has more subscribers than the Jets had in the stadium for 95% of their games last year.
That's true.
There's no way there was 50,000 Jets fans at games last year. So
I can't. The only chance would have been Pittsburgh, I guess, but I don't know. I wasn't in the building for that one. So
but there was probably 30,000 Steelers fans.
Well,
so
I guess that's true. That's a good point. We still lost on that one. That's a good point. Yeah.
I would say the Aaron Rodgers opener when he got hurt was probably the last time the place was packed with Jets fans.
Yeah.
And that broke a lot of people. And some people haven't recovered yet from that.
I still haven't. I never will.
Matty P's right. Imagine if this team was good and the number of subscribers everyone could have. And interesting conversations with being down at the Gangrene Beach Club with everybody and talking to Mikey Hulkhands, Fireman Ed, and others that, and Liz and the Jets girls. A lot of people aren't even aware of this Jet YouTube community. And we think how big it is and how great it is. And people are like, wait, I didn't even know people did this. So, there's a lot of cool things, and we're branching out to new avenues, and those people are entering our space and our world. So it's there's a lot more to come, and wins are great for everyone. I'm tired of, man, can we cover the spread and only lose by less than 2.5?
So is that your question? How good can these Jets really be? I don't think you ever answered your headline question.
Great point there, Boy Green. This year with this team, and I keep saying this, you have a 1, a 1, and a 2 at wide receiver. You have a 1 and a 1 at your tackles. You have a 2 at guard. You have a 1 and a 2 at tight end. You have a 2 in the backfield. You put a lot of effort into this offense. Last year, we saw the numbers, right? You're on X quite often at Boy Green 25. Michael Nania had the stats. Joe Blewett had the stats. Everyone who does the film breakdown, Robbie Sabo. There was time to throw. There was 3.3 average. There was 3.7 in some games. Geno Smith will throw the ball. I can't look at this offense with these weapons, with the speed of Garrett, Mitchell, Arian Smith, Isaiah Williams, who's budding into something instead of just a special teamer. And then you have the physical yak and ability of Omar Cooper Jr., your friend. And you have Mason Taylor budding into year 2, right? He had 44 catches, missed several games with the worst passing offense in the NFL. That was a miracle that he got 44 catches. Good quarterback play. He's in the 60s last year as a rookie. You add Sadiq. You add a quarterback who's not afraid to throw the ball downfield. If you want to inch that safety up, he's going to check. He's going to take a shot. I can't look at this offense and not see points and not see explosive plays. So the ceiling for me is a wild card team. If everything comes together and everyone stays healthy and they get a kicker, and if it's Sanders or whoever it ends up being, and you're in the game with 5 minutes to go week after week, some of those games are going to go our way. And if you sweep the Dolphins and you beat the Browns and you beat the Raiders and you beat the Cardinals, and you find a way to take a game or two from either the Patriots or the Bills, right? And you take one of the 3 against the NFC North and you beat the Titans, you're pushing 8-9 wins. And if things go right and you get the Vikings coming in late in the year, Denver comes out here after the bye, and you played Denver very well and beaten them a couple times the last couple of years. This defense is built to stop the run. They made a big effort to do that with bringing in Animata, trading for Sweat, drafting Jackson, Kingsley on the edge, DeMario Davis in the middle. You're making an effort to stop the run so that on third down, your speed rushers of Bailey, number 2 overall pick, and Will McDonald can get home. So there's a vision on the defense. It's starting from the front, and then they'll build it backwards. But everything tells me football, as much as football people look big picture of it, the Jets suck, the Bills are great. It comes down to individual matchups. I like our matchups against the run. I like our speed rushers on 3rd and long. Now, if you're 3rd and 4, 3rd and 5, you're neutralizing Bailey and Will time and time again. But if you're getting a 3rd and 8, and now not just the pressures, not just the sacks, how about the holding calls that these guys are going to get too, which will flip the field and push it back 10 yards, right? If you're putting these guys in situations where they can just tee off and go, I like our chances. We're seeing it already in camp against Olu and Membu, who are better than average tackles, right? Olu, we expect to be an all-pro this year. At least I do.
Subscribe to the Nick Shine Show, man. Come on. You heard him. You got to do it. Now, don't make the all-pro right tackle come after you. Appreciate it. Thank you.
All-pro right tackle. And Lou B at the end, can you sign my hat? Love it. That's my favorite part of the whole clip. Talking to Membu was cool, but Lou B saying, can you sign my hat, steals the show for me every single time. But
by the way, shout out Armand. Beautiful signature there, Armand. Right there.
Nice.
There you go, Armand. Right there.
Also, we're at 2 hours, 24 minutes. Boy Green, you have surpassed Wayne Corbett with his time on the show. So I know beforehand I asked you, how long do we have? And you're like, how long was Wayne on? Got to top it. So, Boy Green, you have surpassed Wayne Corbett. Now,
call me Mr. Third Down. Mine. Nice.
Thank you for your time, by the way. You're awesome.
Of course.
I didn't expect this, but this was great. I think that the ceiling could be a team that we're proud of. Now, one last goal that I have for this team, 3 first-round picks. Our goal, our team, our Jets, our draft pick is the worst of the 3. And now the Colts are a top 5 pick. The Packers or the Cowboys pick anywhere from 8 to 12. We're in that 16 to 20 range, depending on if we get into the wild card, right? And now you're a team on the verge of a playoff contender, adding 2 top picks from other teams, and you have 3 of the top 20 in what people are calling one of the most talented drafts in recent memory, and you go get your quarterback with the Colt pick. And then you go get either a defensive lineman, a linebacker, a stud
Corner.
safety, which there's a couple of. You get the corner. And then in the second round, you're adding a center, and you bring that center in with your second round pick. And now you've completed your line. And now you have a defensive line with Bailey, Will, you got Sweat, you got Jackson, you got guys that you can really build a defense around. You get your linebacker that the Mario can hand the reins to and take over from, or you get your safety that we need and you put him next to Minka, and now you got that stud playmaker on the back end, or you go get a corner who's a 1 and you replace Stevens and you move on. There's a couple pieces that we're missing. And I know people talk about the wide receiver with the class that's coming out, and they're great. But a goal for the Jets, if Mitchell hits and Cooper hits and Garrett, and you don't need to address the wide receiver, and Isaiah Williams shows he can be a 4 on top of a special teamer, and you don't have to address that, now you're just making the rest of your roster great. Because how many times have we watched our Jets? Oh, we're going to draft Becton. Oh, we're going to draft AVT. First-round picks. Oh, we didn't get. Oh, we're going to draft Olu. Oh, we're going to draft Membu. You spent so much time trying to work out the offensive line that you missed on premium players at other positions. Oh, we're going to draft Calvin Pryor in the first round. Oh, wait, we're going to go draft Jamal Adams. And you're using first-round picks on talent that's not here. Oh, we're going to draft Sam Darnold. Oh, we're going to draft Zach Wilson. Oh, we're going to trade for Aaron Rodgers. So much first-round premium picks have been put into finalizing valuable blue chip positions that now you're not building the rest of your roster. And now you got the tackle situation, and now you got an elite pass rusher. And then next year you get the quarterback, but then you can add 2 more premium players to this team. I think a wild card with a healthy New York Jets offensive line, we should be a wild card team. I think if you stay healthy, the talent is there to score, to stop the run, and to just become an elite pass rushing team with Will and Bailey. So that's the short version from me. Your thoughts?
Well, our 3 first-round picks. So the Colts are going to be top 5, so that's great. Cowboys are going to be 15, and then the Jets obviously are picking 32. So to have 3 picks inside the top 32 is not bad. I like that.
I mean, there's an even shorter version. There we go.
I think the Jets can win 9 or 10 games, go to the playoffs, and let's go. Once you have a ticket to the dance, anything can happen. Obviously, the last 2 times the Jets have made the playoffs, they went to the AFC Championship game. They knocked on the door of the Super Bowl, so you never know, baby.
Yeah, and when you look at this team, there's a structure there. There's a plan. There's a vision. There was intent.
Yes.
Let's stop the run and let's draft a monster pass rusher. We haven't seen much from Pons yet.
Right,
Pons,
unfortunately.
Minka, AZ Thomas showed nice things last year, but nothing you can really shoot to the moon with an expectation for him. But if you're built, this whole secondary is becoming Aaron Glenn's, right? You trade for
Totally.
Minka, you trade for Brownlee, you draft Pons, you draft Thomas, you bring in Belton, you bring in Wright. This is your secondary now. You are infamous for being the cornerback of the New York Jets, all pro type of player, multiple Pro Bowls. If you can coach this group up with the pass rushing ability of the front, we could see an improved defense. If we can be a defense that some weeks is top 15 and the other times when we're off are 15 to 24, like you're not that bottom defense anymore, I think that we can really become something decent this year. And if health happens with decent football, you can push for a wild card. And if you win the right games and you get the tiebreakers, it could happen.
Concur. Agree. Jets, playoffs, Jim Moore Sr., lose your mind.
Nice. Well, Boy Green, I
Yes,
thank
sir.
you for your time. You are the best. What do you got going on this week?
Well, I'm obviously supporting the Mark Asno interview that's coming up here on the Nick Shine Show. Obviously, Ritz Samiti was on this show. Connie Carberg was on this show. Earl Christie's coming on this show. So, I'm going to be at the ready to watch all these shows on my channel. We will see. There could be a certain national insider that was at Jets practice this past week that could be joining us here on the show. It's been a while since he's been on. I will leave him unnamed until we have our day and time all locked in. Don't want to jinx the universe, but he should be joining us this week. Going to Jets practice on Tuesday, so youtube.com/@boygreen25. We are about 1,200 people away from 10,000. That's a big number I had in my head when I was arbitrarily sitting on my couch 6 years ago of 10,000 would be pretty cool. So I'm 1,200 away. So it's eventually going to happen before I kick the bucket and die. So, if that could happen in the near future, that'd be amazing. And I think it co-aligns we talked about Jake earlier with 50,000. And Nick, what are you up to now?
We're almost at 2,450. The goal is to get to 2,500 by the kickoff in Tennessee. We're 53 away.
Okay, beautiful. Well, I'll try to see if I can help champion any way I can on my show to see if we could get you there. But, the cool thing is that this part isn't cool. We've been losing so much that we still have this passionate fan base that's just waiting to win. And if we win, I think all of us are going to eat around the table. I think there's going to be even more interest with winning and playoff discussion and games mattering as you get deeper into a season. So, that's it for me. I love being on. I'm on every morning at 7 a.m. Eastern time. Like I said, Jets practice on Tuesday, and it's game week, baby. So Jets. Oh yes, I guess I can tease this one. I haven't told anyone this one yet this week. But Trevor Sikkema, good buddy of mine, is coming on.
Nice.
He's my Buccaneers guy. I love every time. I reached out to him a couple months ago. Said, "Hey, Jets Bucks preseason." He's like, dude, it's like May. Why are you reaching out to me now? I said, come on, man. Just get it on your calendar. Jets Bucks week, baby. And I followed up with him last week. He said, yeah, I guess I promised you a couple months ago. All right, we'll do it. So he's going to be on later in Jets Bucks week. So that'll be cool. Yeah, I can't wait. It's going to be a lot of fun. Getting ready for a game. Game action matters to me. Preseason or not, I can't wait for Friday. I can't wait to see Kate Klubnik out there and all the players. We'll all have videos and the players we're watching out for. That's what I'm fired up for this week.
Awesome. Are you here Tuesday night or are you heading home after practice?
That is a good question. I think the plan is, unless there's some party thing I'm unaware of, like a Jake Asman party thing after practice, I'm pretty sure I'm doing a little bit of content with Court, and then I'm hitting the road, heading back, I believe, on Tuesday.
Wayne Corbett is having an event in Fairfield up on Route 46 from 6 to 9 on Tuesday night.
Ooh, we'll see what happens.
I'll send you the details. I'll send you
I
the
might
details.
Be tempted.
I'll send you the details. I'll text it to you. And if you want, then I'll be there. Liz Mueller will be there. I'll be there.
Liz.
So,
awesome.
Yeah, we'll have a good group. We're trying to sit together. I got a call Tuesday morning, but I'll send you the info, the details.
Okay,
Let me
we'll see
know.
what happens.
And if you're
Appreciate
in, we'll get you with us.
Appreciate it. Thanks, brother.
All right, brother. Thank you for your time, man. You're the best.
The Shiners. God bless. Blessed be he. like and subscribe. Mark freaking Gastineau. Nick Shine is an absolute superstar Jets content creator that his life has evolved, his fan base has evolved. He is deserving of all the praise and deserving of even more praise than he receives. I'm glad that I was able to pop up here on the show here on a Sunday. And Nick, you were supposed to be sick as a dog. I heard it a little bit in the beginning. It was almost like Zoolander.
I'm still there.
I got a little black lung, paw. And then throughout the show, look at it. 2.5 hours later, you're standing strong.
Merman.
Guy.
Merman.
So look at you. So God bless. I appreciate that our friendship and relationship has grown even stronger over all these meetings in person and you following me, whether in the bathroom or eating or anywhere at Gangrene
Pretty
Beach
much
Club in
anywhere
Atlantic
you
City.
and your family were at, I just appeared. So
yeah,
it was
so
a
that was
sign
pretty
from God
magical.
that-
Okay.
Yeah.
That's
Good
cool. The
things.
clap on. Nick Shine. Nick Shine. That's beautiful. So appreciate you, brother.
Later, pal. Have a great night.
God
Thank
bless.
you.
You too, brother. See
God
ya.
bless you too, man. Ladies and gentlemen, the great Boy Green. Now, to wrap this episode up, we got, and thank you to everybody who contributed tonight to the program. We have, let's change this. We're going to change the name real quick to today is the 9th. Happy belated birthday to my kid's grandfather. Not my dad, their other grandfather. His name was Woody, and I called him Papa Woody because every time I would see him, with Papa Woody, there's that joke. But all right, here's what we got. We're going to shuffle this 3 times. Cisco, now these are for Cisco's bonus, Cisco's appreciation raffle. So these are to win. Cisco gifted 20. So we're going to split them into 10 each. So this is to win 10 bonus entries. Again, everyone who contributed to the program tonight, this is for next week's raffle. And the lovely Queen Leanie has won 10 bonus entries. All right, we'll shuffle it 2 more times. We got 10 more coming up. And I'm going to make a note to myself. And David D., our resident Detroit Lion fan. So David and Leanie both get 10 bonus entries. Now there was a super chat. So this is for 1. We're going to shuffle it 1 time. This is for 1 entry, which goes to Kevin Tats. Thank you, Kevin, for gifting 10 memberships earlier, which is actually 20 raffle entries. So appreciate you. And we had 5 more gifted from Cisco, which we are going to spin now. Goes to David D. So thank you, everyone who contributed tonight. I appreciate all of you and your contributions to this channel. Again, we do not have a date yet, but we do have a confirmation from Mr. and Mrs. Gastineau that Mark is interested and will come on the show. We'll work out a date. The second I have it, you guys will know. And very much looking forward to this. There is a good energy around this program right now. And I can't express to you guys how thankful I am for your support. And I said from the beginning, this is your show. I'm just a facilitator. The chat is very important to me on this program. It always has been. It always will be. This is your show. You know, this is our show. Cisco is producer. Blitz BK is music. You guys is the awesome chat. I love you guys and I'm looking to give you guys the best content we can every day. Now, for this week, there's no practice tomorrow. Monday night, we're going to be off. Tuesday night, there is the joint scrimmage on Tuesday, but I'm going right from work up to Fairfield for the Wayne Corbett event. Keep an eye out for shorts. We're going to have maybe some content coming out of there. If I can get a little one-on-one with Wayne, I don't know how many people are going. And then Wednesday night we'll be on. So we're looking at from Wednesday on, giving you a bunch of content. Friday night, I'll be at the game. Saturday, we'll be on for a recap. So a lot of great content coming. Jets football's here this week. We got Jared Goff coming in. Do you think Geno plays halfway decent or bad? Completely dependent on health. I've said this earlier, and appreciate you for being here. Geno Smith completing 68% of his passes, which is his average the last 4 years, with this offensive line giving 3 to 3.5 seconds to throw, with the weapons and the speed that we have, and Geno's ability to get the ball downfield. I think that if Geno plays all 17 games, you're going to see some New York Jets passing records get broken. I think that Joe Namath's 4,007 yards could be had. We're going to see guys who can get downfield, catch the ball, make plays. It's gone are the days of the quarterback just holding it, scared to throw. Gone are the days of the checkdowns for short yardage. This team could be explosive, and I think people are sleeping on it. But speaking of sleeping, it is time for me to go do that. But thank you, everybody. God bless. Have a great night. Go Jets. Shout out to Cisco for all the hard work that he does on the program. And we are sending it out with Blitz BK. Ladies and gentlemen, go Jets.
Gentry covered the fumble.
Any day, any night, we all shine, bro. First class shine time, the Nick Shine Show. Anytime on YouTube, if you don't know, the Nick Shine Show, the Nick Shine Show. Dim the lights, but it's still bright as Nick time. Day or night, this is his prime, it's Nick Shine. Proud fan, well defined, to get in line. Toe to toe with any show, he only got 9. The best show on YouTube, bro, is easy. We talk Jets all day, please believe me. Subscribe, you just gotta click a family. We not a click in 3D. You can see a beautiful DP. We see through the fake teams and the tea leaves. So we pray for a coach and a QB and hope that we close to the top in the new league. A toast to the host with the most, Nicky. Who, me? Any day, any night, we all shine, bro. First class shine time, the Nick Shine Show. Anytime on YouTube, if you don't know, the Nick Shine Show, the Nick Shine Show.
Fantastic.
To the member.
Here we go, baby. J-E-T-S, Jets, 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 let's go, baby.